Oh yeah! Latin God and his gang are taking over this whole district!
On the next all-new episode of My Hero Academia.
Viper on! Viper fire! You're finished, Fulton God! Excuse this flamboyant capture.
My Hero Academia. Saturday at midnight. Only Toonami on Adult Swim.
Gather around, all. Those of you here will be taking part in the ocean course.
Summer has arrived at the Totsuki Fine Dining Academy.
Hey, meet!
Soma?
And with it, a dreamy new instructor.
He's a new teacher who just transferred to Totsuki this past spring.
I don't know what his deal is.
Can the students of the 92nd class keep their focus?
We gotta do what we gotta do.
Or will they end up chopped meat? So far, they've fought hard, creating some of the finest culinary delights in the world.
This is certainly one of the most playful dishes I've ever seen.
But for Soma and the Elite 10, the final test is at hand.
Let's get cooking! All right!
Dig in to an all-new season of Food Wars. Premiering Saturday at 1 a.m. Stay hungry. Only Toonami on Adult Swim.
Welcome to the Toonami Faithful Podcast, episode number 38, MomoCon Adventures. How much did Darrell drink? How many logs did he saw? Did Jim, Paul, and Daniel escape the snow? Find out on this exciting episode of the Toonami Faithful Podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Toonami Faithful Podcast. My name is Jose Argumedo, and with me tonight is...
Paul Pescrillo, the founder of ToonamiFaithful.com.
And...
Head Samurai Darrell Maddox.
And...
Your esteemed announcer, Jim Nelson.
And happy birthday, Toonami, for the next 20 minutes. It is March 17th when we're recording this. I'm sure it will end on March 18th. So, the next 20 minutes of this podcast... We're still on March 17th.
It would set a land speed record for the podcast if we did get everything in 20 minutes, which is just not going to happen.
Oh, I could do it. It just wouldn't be good.
Don't worry, guys. We got a giant friggin' show for you tonight. Lots of fun stuff.
By the way, before we...
we're back, by the way.
Oh, yeah, from MomoCon, mother...
We have not been canceled, we promise.
Before we get into any mentions, everybody has to give a round of applause to Jose for doing all the work that he did at MomoCon, because he's awesome.
Golf clap.
By the way, he needs to get some sleep, so let's hurry up and get this done.
Yeah.
2 hours later, can we get onto the ratings, please?
No, Jose. No, we cannot.
So you can find us on Twitter at Toonami Podcast, on Facebook at Toonami Faithful Podcast, and on Tumblr at Toonami Faithful Official. Please subscribe and rate the podcast on Podomatic and iTunes, and Zune for the three of you that listen there. And Paul will be
Xbox
at
Xbox Music now.
Yeah, sorry, Xbox Music. I apologize. That's true. And Paul will be at ToriCon March 23rd and 24th. And take it away from there, Paul.
Okay, so that'll be this Saturday coming up. The panel that I have, which has been deemed the Toonami Faithful panel, will take place at 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. So I have an hour-long panel. So if you're going, join me. I have some things to share, along with promoting us extensively.
Yeah,
And
you get to hear this motherfucker talk for an hour.
no, you won't be there. You.
Thank God.
Yeah, thank God none of us are going to be there.
Yeah, all of you. But anyways, I'll have some shirts there, so if you guys want to buy those. And speaking of shirts, if you want to buy those, you can go to ToonamiFaithful.bandcamp.com. You can purchase the CD Nerdcore Absolution and the shirt, the Toonami Faithful Podcast shirt there as well. There's been actually a couple people since MomoCon that have bought the shirt, and they've paid a lot more than what I actually listed it for. So thank you to you, gentlemen. The shirts have been out, and by the time this podcast comes out, you should have them. So as far as all that goes, again, you will see me at TorCon. It'll be 4 to 5. If that should change, because the time may change, or if something unexpected happens, which I'm hoping doesn't, I shall let you know on Toonami News. So if you see something show up, just keep an eye on Toonami News if something's going to show up. Or
see
change.
something, say something. Exactly.
So the other thing I wanted to talk about before Jose talks about his thing that he just put out is Symbionic Titan Season 2. We have a petition out there on change.org. I'm going to re-put that link out starting tomorrow, which is Monday, when this podcast comes out. If you haven't signed it, sign it, please. The more signatures we get, the better chance that we're going to actually get a Season 2. And also, when Symbionic Titan returns next week, make sure that you're tweeting Symbionic S2, Symbionic Titan S2, when it comes, so that way we can do awareness and make sure that Adult Swim / Cartoon Network / whoever else is going to make it, make sure that it does happen. So
shake it, bake it, boot it, quake.
God. And Jose, you put a video out, didn't you?
Yep.
You want to talk about it?
No, I don't.
Quit being so f***ing lazy.
For those of you that checked your feeds, you will have noticed that there is another Toonami Faithful exclusive. It is out well before this is coming out, and will be up on YouTube probably when this comes out. So it'll be up in 2 places. But if you want it first, you gotta get it in your podcast feed. Download it from iTunes. Download it from Podomatic. Stream it, whatever. Watch it. It's awesome. It's a bunch of interviews that we did. It's we got a lot of guests to come on. We got Steve Bloom interviewed. We got 5 of the Toonami 6, including one person who was not on the Toonami panel, a part of this interview. And we interviewed Dan Carroll, the head of media relations or director, I should say, of media relations for MomoCon. In this video, and it was a lot of fun. I had a hell of a time editing it, but luckily it's done. and I never have to think about it again.
I never have to rethink about it.
And was it campy for you?
Oh, come on.
I put a couple of Batman symbols, and I tried to talk as much like Adam West as possible. So yeah, it was pretty campy.
Nobody messes with Adam Wee.
But yeah, the video was fun. I mean, we'll get into MomoCon stuff a little later, but the video's out. Go watch it. And
now,
yeah, stop the podcast and go watch it now.
Okay, hold on, I'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
No, not right now.
And speaking of MomoCon, we have a little giveaway that I've been teasing on Toonami News all week. So, without further ado, let me let everybody know what the giveaway is. I took one of our Toonami Faithful podcast shirts and had the Toonami 6. Yes, the 6th person that wasn't interviewed sign the shirt. So that means Jason DeMarco and the whole team. And
Jason, Gil, Chris, Sarah, Johnny, Brent. That's right, I memorized all their names.
Yes, we know.
Why aren't you there?
It's almost as if I met them all.
I know, right?
So who would the Green Ranger of the crew be?
Probably Brent.
Probably Brent, yeah, because he wasn't at the panel, I don't think.
No, he wasn't in the panel, and he wasn't. Well, he was at the interview, but he's not in the video. Like, he's off to the side.
He was actually at the Toonami panel, but he was off to the side.
Yeah, he and Chris were both in the audience. They were not actually a part of the panel.
Yeah. So, and we also got Steve Bloom to sign it. So, if you guys want the shirt, here's how you're going to do it. You're going to go to facebook.com/Toonami Faithful Podcast. Yes, I know. You're going to actually have to work for this one. You need to like the page, and when I post the picture, I think I'm going to do it when the podcast comes out. you need to like the picture and comment about it. And within 2 weeks, we'll randomly select someone, and they will be sent this shirt.
But you have to comment, and we don't care if it's nice, if it's snarky, just don't cuss us out, and we will be very happy to consider you.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm gonna say this right now. If you cuss on the Facebook page for the Toonami Faithful Podcast,
You're terminated from it.
you're basically eliminated from the content.
Really?
You have
Why?
disqualified yourself. You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna be the stupid person and be like, why?
You know damn well why.
I actually really don't.
Would.
I get cursed out of my email all the time. Why is it any
That's
difference if I get cursed out in the Facebook?
Because you're a dick to people.
It's not true. I'm actually really nice.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm nice when you
Sometimes.
get to know me.
That's
True.
Get to know me. But you didn't hold hands with me at MomoCon, so no.
Yeah, because Darrell was there and he's way hotter.
Oh yeah, sugar.
Plus, Jim was my roommate, so there.
Ah.
So you're saying that? Never mind.
Yeah, Jim and I slept together. Deal with it. We slept in the same room in different beds.
It was in that 50s Laverne and Shirley kind of way.
Ricky Ricardo and Lucy type of way.
Exactly.
God. Anyways, so basically, like the Facebook page. Again, it's facebook.com/Toonami Faithful Podcast if you want this shirt. We will randomly select somebody, and I will read it in 2 weeks on the podcast. So make sure you like the page if you want this autograph signed shirt from the whole Toonami Faithful Toonami crew. And
Not us. We
People-
didn't sign it.
Toonami crew, not Toonami Faithful. Toonami crew and Steve Bloom himself. So that's what you have to do. So should we do this live, Jose?
No.
From Facebook, Twitter, and the official Toonami Tumblr, this is Toonami News, powered by ToonamiFaithful.com.
So we're skipping the ratings for the week we were away because we were away. Sorry.
It's lazy.
Go
ratings
freaking
for
read it on the website. They happened. But
It's
for
not-
March 9th, which just passed, we're doing the ratings for Daylight Savings. So Bleach premiered at 1,036,000. Naruto did 1,001,000. Soul Eater did 898,000. Thundercats did 756,000. Tenchi Muyo GXP did 576,000. Brotherhood did 525,000. Bebop 504,000. Bebop 484,000. Inuyasha 449,000. And Inuyasha ended the shortened night of Toonami with 441,000. And those are your ratings for March 9th, 2013.
No more Toonami, people.
Use daylight savings time.
Yeah, I think that really screwed us up.
It
Yeah.
did. So
People going to bed an hour earlier and
Screwed
stuff
me
like
up,
that.
man.
so-
Oh god, I was not happy waking up the next morning to go to the panel.
No, neither was I. For one, for another, I was thinking I wasn't right for 3 days afterwards.
no, I wasn't right either. And it was funny because Jose almost kicked down Daniel's door because Daniel was sleeping.
I know.
We'll get into that a little bit later.
Later.
That's a funny thing, but yeah. Trending. We're not going to talk about, just like Jose said, we're not going to talk about the week before. But last night, we did really well in regards to Evangelion.
Mhm.
That was the top trend for at least an hour. I think it was almost 2 hours.
It was just about. Well, I know that it trended for. I was really keeping track of
Trended
this.
after Bebop.
Yeah, it did. It was trending for pretty much the entire night. It
Yeah.
trended 10 minutes into the movie and shot up to number one for about an hour.
Yeah.
And then it was having around 2 or 3, stuff like that. It wasn't. I didn't see it leave U.S. trends until about 4 a.m.
Right. Okay. Well, so it was on there pretty much the whole night. And
Bebop and Full Metal and Inuyasha didn't seem to trend.
no, they didn't trend, which is fine. I mean, the Evangelion was basically the thing we wanted to trend because they were trying to get on the 2.22 is what they want to try to get.
Yeah.
So, I think based on the trending, I'm hoping that the ratings are huge. but we'll see what happens.
I hope so. I mean, the guys at Funimation were tweeting this out like you wouldn't believe and everything, and it was like.
Actually, speaking
Anyways,
of that,
we'll talk about Evangelion.
Yeah, we'll
later,
talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
But the only other thing that trended was Toonami. It trended both U.S. and worldwide, which is weird because Evangelion was the top trender in the United States underneath the promoted tweet. So basically, it was number one because the promoted tweet we don't count that.
Yeah, that's cheating. You pay.
Yeah, that's
to get
paying.
something trending. It doesn't count.
Yeah, but
although Toonami, if you feel like trying that one day, feel free.
I know, yeah.
Like in the middle of the day.
That would be fun. But I mean, it was really weird. Like it never went worldwide, and I double checked. I double and triple checked that, and it didn't go worldwide. So
It made me angry because it was like, come on, we're doing well enough.
Well,
and Toonami made the worldwide trends, but it didn't come anywhere near where Evangelion did.
What we have to take into consideration too, Jim, is that people outside of the U.S. when Toonami comes on are, and I hate to admit this, watching a legal feed somehow, and they're actually tweeting it as well. So when that starts happening, that's when it goes worldwide. Because there's other people outside of the U.S. that are tweeting it, so that's what automatically makes it go worldwide.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I mean, when we're tweeting the shit out of Toonami, and we're doing all that tweeting, it's actually combining with maybe the small amount that's outside of the country, and that's why it goes worldwide. So
okay, that makes sense then. I'm just the voice monkey for this entire operation.
Well,
Who are you, voice whore?
Oh,
hey, that's what Steve called himself.
Which is in that video, which you should go watch in your feed.
Yes, please do
watch it right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, not right now. We're in the middle of a podcast.
Yeah, they know what the I mean.
No, you got to listen to us first. Then you get to see Steve.
I mean, unless you already saw it. But in which case, go see it again.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
now,
again,
the only reason I can excuse it is if you were actually in the room that day.
Yeah.
I'm in the room every day. Anyways. So obviously there were a lot of announcements at MomoCon.
Yes. So we're gonna go over what the news was from MomoCon. The first and the most surprising thing that I don't know if anybody else here expected this to happen, but I never expected this to happen, which was Tom 5 and a new Absolution.
Also, I think people are going to ask us if we knew. We didn't know.
Yes, we didn't know any of the news that came out of MomoCon. We need to make that clear as day. They did not tell us anything.
Yeah, we had conversations that were off the record, but we did not know what was going to happen at MomoCon. We really didn't know.
They didn't tell us a damn thing.
I think the only person who knew, and he kept quiet the whole time, was Chad Bonin. Chad Bonin was the only guy who knew stuff.
He didn't know until they gave him the files.
But so he knew a little far more. No, he actually talked to us and he told us that he knew stuff. He knew what was going on at the panel.
Yeah, he swung by mine and Jose's room and he was and he briefly made mention of it and stuff like that. And he said, "Yeah."
Oh,
so he knew, but he kept his mouth shut. He didn't tell us anything.
Okay.
He was a good little soldier like that.
Yes.
Damn right. Good. Way to go, Chad.
Yeah, by the way,
big shout out to Chad. Yeah, you're awesome, dude.
Yeah. By the way, he tries to give us credit. He's the one that put it all together, so we actually really should just give him a round of applause for that right there. Because we wouldn't have gone down to MomoCon if he hadn't put that together. So, thank you, Chad. So, anyways, I don't know about you guys, but I'm really excited to see this new Tom and to see the new Absolution. I actually put up my thoughts on the Tumblr, ToonamiFaithfulOfficial.tumblr.com. I put my thoughts up. I'm not going to say anything about it because I haven't seen the new Tom, obviously. Again, we did not see anything. We saw it when you guys saw it.
They had mock-ups of it. In other words, they had it rendered and everything, both Tom and the new Absolution, but they said they were not final.
The Absolution wasn't rendered. That's incorrect. The Absolution was concept art.
Yes. By the way, we need to make this clear. The reason why the pictures aren't that clear of the Absolution is because A, they're up on a screen. That's how we took them. And B, they don't really want people to see it yet because really it's
kind of like the prototype.
Well, hang on. I got this one. I talked to Gil personally about the assets because we wanted to use them in the video. Because they handed us the MomoCon intro that was specifically made for MomoCon. They handed that over, and I saw the files on Gil's drive, Like I was like, can I take those? And he said no. So that's why we don't have them. It was a Toonami decision. It wasn't up to us, and they released the Tom 5 stuff. It's the new Absolution that they said no to. I guess that's internal concept art that they didn't want high-res photos of out on the net. So we're sorry, guys.
I'm raising my hand. Can I speak?
Now you can.
No.
Okay. By the way, just so you guys know, I actually talked to Jason about doing the intro, having some kind of intro for it. Now, I don't know if they were actually planning on doing that originally, but I had emailed them and asked them about it, and they were gracious enough to give it to us. So we have to thank Toonami for doing that. Some of you tweeted to Toonami News, you went, "You son of a bitch."
Yeah.
Now I understand why your video is better.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, that's what you got to wait for.
It's not the only reason.
Yeah, we got the best on our side.
I already said, I've said this 50 times, and I'll say it again if I need to, but Jose is good at what he does. If you didn't notice that from the video, maybe you should go back and watch it about 5 more times, because he's good at what he does. There's a reason why I have him on our staff.
And sadly, that's not even like my director's cut of the video. We had to drop a whole angle because I just did not have the time to put it in there, and it's Jim's camera, sadly. He still gets credit in the video, and what Jim was filming was actually the people coming up to the microphone. And the reason it's not in the video is because I just didn't have the time to sync that up and put it in. Maybe one day I'll come back to it and redo it, but
No, don't do it now. You got work.
Yeah.
I mean, one day when I'm really not busy and I'm just bored, because I still have all the assets for it. I still have everything, so I might one day come back and do it, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll
That's the
talk
reason why
about
we put things at the Jose standard.
and we'll talk about more about why we didn't get it out that day and everything. We'll talk about that when we talk about MomoCon. But
sure, no, I can do that right now. Reason
Okay.
I had to travel 8 hours away to
you
go
did.
back to a
I
shoot.
thought it was 10.
It took me 10 because I had to stop.
and then, well, no, we'll talk about that later. But it was kind of funny on Monday night, Tuesday morning. But we'll get into that a little bit later. But to finish up with Tom 5 and the new Absolution,
They look cool.
That's coming next month, guys. So
We
do
don't
me a
have a
favor.
date.
We don't have a date. Do me a favor and don't bitch to them about why there isn't any new Tom animation or something, whatever your complaint is, because, well, they're putting all their money into this. So shut up and wait for this to happen and see what happens. You know what I
The
mean?
best part about it is that it's kind of like Toonami's own, rebranding that they did like 3 or 4 times. Because remember, they had, Fat Tom, and then they had Tom 1, Tom 2, all that good stuff. So this is a good, this is kind of like one of those rebrands that they did. You know how they use like the Gothic script sometimes, and then they used, an offshoot of what they, use currently for the script and all that.
And also on top of this too, while we're talking about news, there's also a new logo. It was only a rough thing that they showed us, so it's probably not even the final thing. But
Which makes me really sad because it's in 3D, so it's going to be much harder to replicate.
yeah, so I mean, I don't foresee us trying to replicate that kind of thing, but because I kind of like our logo because it has like an old retro look to it, meaning like we're
It's Tom 2 era.
right. We're basically the old faithfuls that are out there that are trying to make sure Toonami stays on the air. So that's why I like our logo.
And last thing about this whole stuff, Tom 5 is going to be put into a continuity. We're finally going to get an online comic that explains how we got from Tom 3 to Tom 4 to 3.5 to 5.
Yes.
So that's going to be coming out soon.
And they did want to. We need to stress this too. They did want to do some kind of video to explain it. I don't think necessarily like from
Like a tie,
not like from like 4 to 3.5 to 5, but more like from Tom 4 to 3.5. But the problem is they don't have the money.
Exactly.
So you guys got to understand that they don't have the money to do some of these things. So just give them a break. Let's see what's going on with this new Tom, this new Absolution, and for me, I'll have an opinion about that once I actually see him a couple times and see how he is. And also on top of this, we finally pretty much got a concrete answer on Sarah. The answer is yes, but not until they get the money and they make her correct.
Which has been the answer that they've been
the whole time.
Yeah.
Well, no. We have it on video.
We've had it in writing.
I don't know. How
I think in video is better, but whatever, it's fine.
Still, I don't know how more clearly they can say it.
Seriously, like it's clear.
It's clear now. It's definitely clear. So I mean, no more talk about Sarah. It will come. She will come when it is going to happen. So we'll just leave it at that.
Let's keep bitching until it happens, because that's what we always do.
I mean, the only other thing that I should point out, and I know a lot of people out there that do like Young Justice, which, by the way, that trended really high on Saturday morning. Unfortunately, that's probably not going to come to Toonami. Is there always a chance? Sure, but they're pretty sure that it's not going to. So,
which makes me really happy.
Oh, go ahead.
That makes it. I don't care if it comes on Toonami. I don't.
Toonami is not Captain Save-A-Ho.
Yeah.
That's true. That is true.
Toonami is not the repository of dead cartoons.
Right.
But save the show. Like that's a different topic. Save the show. I don't want it to get canceled.
No. That was actually a good thing that DC did for a while, but we won't talk about that. We'll be on that topic for like hours.
Yeah, we already talked about that. Let's move on.
Yes, I know. Let's move on. So, the next thing that was announced at MomoCon, which happened last night, was for their birthday, Evangelion 1.11 would play, and it obviously played last night. On top of that, they actually had a promo for it, which, in my opinion, and Jose will probably will either agree or tell me to shut the hell up.
Oh no, I know what your opinion is. I'm going to tell you to shut the hell up, but go on.
Wait, $5 to use my line. Anyways, I think that was one of their best promos, actually. And,
that's not what I thought you were going to say. Never mind.
Oh, what was I going to say?
I thought you were going to do the whole like, did Funimation help you on that one thing? Which I wish you'd asked me that first before you asked Jason, because I could have told you like, no, they didn't. They clearly didn't.
I didn't know if what they were, because I was kind of, first of all, I liked the promo, and I kind of noticed that it was similar to the trailer.
Not really.
I mean, and I was talking more about the font more, and I thought, and I said to them, that's why I asked him about that, and I was like, did you guys work with Funimation? Because that would be awesome.
No, Funimation edits very differently from the way Toonami edits. That's not a bad thing. I think Funimation has finally gotten some editors who are starting to cut trailers like trailers. The way they cut trailers is a little too expository for my taste. Instead of trying to sell me the piece. Although there are pieces like the Hellsing trailer, which is epic, that they're trying to do more things that are, I'm selling you this, not explaining what the hell's going on.
Although I like the Dead Man Wonderland trailer. I thought that was very good. That one probably would have sold me on it had I not seen it on Toonami.
But yeah, I mean, I like the less expository trailers and more the hey, this is awesome trailers.
I don't know how much more expository you can get with Evangelion. No matter how much exposition you give, it will just continue to mind screw you.
Yeah, I guess we might as well just talk about it.
Quit saying expository, goddammit.
Talk about it. The one thing that was actually good about it is that they actually had Tom bringing it back, coming out of Evangelion, and also coming back from commercials. They had that involved with Evangelion as well, which was awesome. A lot of people like that too, because that's one of those things that people have actually wanted to see, was like Tom saying something, coming back from commercials, going into whatever show it would be. So that was nice to see.
I was actually going to talk about the movie.
Go ahead.
Well, 1.11 isn't my favorite. It's all right. I haven't seen 2.22. I'm sorry.
Is it okay?
It's just okay. Yeah, it really is just all right. You know, Big Homie's going to eventually have to answer the Thundercats.
Because we try to make Mumra expire.
No, but in all seriousness, 1.11 isn't my favorite. I'm a big fan of the original show. I like End of Evangelion, but I'm glad that a lot of people responded to 1.11, and it is definitely a great place to start. If you've never seen the show, obviously this gives you the first 6 episodes condensed into 2 hours. That being said, I would still watch the original series. Obviously, but don't compare the movies. It's unfair to compare the movies to the original show.
The original series.
Yeah. Because it is a reboot. It really doesn't have anything to do with the original show.
It's an alternate retelling, like about the 20th time, they've tried to, do an alternate retelling of Eva. But at the same time, I think the advances in animation have truly helped Evangelion more than any other series because, you know how when George Lucas was talking about, redoing more technological stuff with the prequels, this is what I think he meant, with, all the stuff. Because, I mean, I've seen the original. I own the Perfect Collection and, that horrifically overpriced set from ADV. And
you poor bastard. Get the Platinums.
I need to. I should get the thin packs. They have better audio. But anyway.
Well, they have better everything, dude. That video is shit on those old DVDs.
I remind you how they are.
Actually, speaking of Evangelion, it actually, I believe it was Amazon. I heard this was. It actually went up in sales on Amazon because of this. So.
It went to like #1 in bestsellers, and 2.22 was right behind it.
Yeah, so I mean, it had an effect. Definitely had an effect. So
same thing happened with Casshern the night it had premiered on Toonami. So
I'm glad
that
people.
That was way back last May.
I'm glad people are getting into the show. I would highly suggest getting into the original television series if you can track it down. It's out of print right now, and unlicensed, sadly.
Yeah, but considering that Funimation has the license now, I can see them doing a re-release. It's maybe at some point, maybe to coincide with 3.33.
Let me correct you real quick. They do not have the license to the TV series. They just have the license to the movies.
I was thinking the movies might, pave the way for the TV series.
And someone's going to be anal about this, so let me be even more specific. The Rebuild movies, not End of Evangelion or Death and Rebirth. Not those movies.
Although those need to be license rescued as well because I checked out the prices.
Yeah, manga lost those a while back.
Yeah, I had a copy of End of Evangelion, and it has since gone AWOL, and I have no idea where to find it. So I looked it up on...
Oh, you poor bastard.
I don't know what happened to it. I mean, that's another story, but at the same time, it's like, Funimation, if you're listening, you know what to do. I pleaded for you with Gunbuster. I have since gotten Gunbuster, but Eva is one of those things that you just cannot let stay unlicensed. It will print money.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was done. I was just going to say to Funimation, it's going to print money.
Oh, any company knows that. I mean, Evangelion's like a $2 billion franchise. Here's the thing, though. It's not even... It's nothing Funimation, Section 23, ADV, whoever the you want to talk to, can do. There's nothing they can do about it because apparently Evangelion's going through some legal troubles right now.
Uh-oh.
So,
Tatsunoko helped out with that one,
yeah,
I believe.
It's a really big, cluster over in Japan.
Oh, no.
And the Gainax is not talking to anybody until the rebuilds are done.
And why should they?
Yeah, why should they, really? It makes sense to wait until the rebuilds are done.
I think I remember reading something about this. Studio Kara, which I believe is Anno's own studio that he started specifically for the rebuild movies, I believe, is suing Gainax or, something like that. And I think it was because of that why 3.33 got delayed a little bit. But
which upset me.
Yeah, and for inquiring minds, I did check and see when 3.33 is getting a release date. It comes out on April 24th in Japan for those who are crazy and would like to import it. Which
no, I won't import it. I don't even have 2.22.
Yeah, which is is available pretty cheap on Amazon. But 3.33 gets its Japanese release date on April 24th, and considering turnaround time for dubbing and all that stuff, I would guess sometime late summer for 3.33 in here in the States.
I give it a year.
Nah, I don't know. Funimation can turn it around pretty quickly if they want to.
I don't doubt that they can turn it around quickly. It's the rights that is making me go. And a lot of the distributors in Japan are usually like, "Hey, well, we're going to do our sales first, then you can release it in America," because they don't want people importing Funimation's copies of 2.22 and 3.33. That's why we usually see a year delay.
Maybe, who knows? I don't know. Maybe Evangelion's just one of those things that's big enough. But I'm not. What do I know? I'm just the voice monkey.
Damn right you are.
But what'd you guys think of the movie? Who here is an Evangelion virgin? I guess.
I actually thought that I didn't see this, but I do remember seeing. I believe it was the series that was on Adult Swim, right?
Yeah.
For 2 episodes.
No. The series was on Toonami for 2 episodes. The whole thing played on Adult Swim.
Yeah, I saw it on Adult Swim.
It did, yeah. It played on Adult Swim. I remember that from years ago, so I remember it, so that's kind of why I fell asleep last night. But I mean, yeah,
piece of
shut the f up. You fell asleep even before that.
Hey, bitch, I was watching it.
What, Darrell?
Kiss my ass.
What?
We're not. So we're not going to talk about the movie anymore, are we? We're just going to.
Yeah, we're going to talk about.
Pretend to fight over the internet.
Exactly.
This is basically what this is coming down to.
Children, let the Eva veterans talk.
But seriously, what did you guys think about it again?
Well, let me just finish my thought. I mean, I think seeing it remastered looked really. I mean, it looked better, and it was nice to come back to it. And I would like to see more of Evangelion, 2.22, and even when 3.33 comes, I would like to see that as well. So,
Darrell.
Oh, I really enjoyed it. To me, it's a mech, so I'm just happy, joy all around. Get to see that Gendo's still the goddamn dick that he always was, and Asuka's still a bitch.
Although Asuka wasn't in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. It still doesn't matter though. I just wanted to call Asuka a bitch anyway.
And yes, for the fan, yes, I will shut this up right now. The rebuild is Asuka Langley Shikinami, not Asuka Langley Soryu. So before any of you even have that seed in your head, I will clear that up. Yes.
Thank you, Jim. I'm glad you addressed that.
When you've been an Eva fan as long as I have, you start to think like him, which is a bad.
Also, I miss Gendo's old voice.
He sounded like Charlie Sheen.
I think his name is Tristan McAvery, the original Gendo Ikari. He was so perfect for the role. No offense against John Swayze, but damn, I miss Tristan McAvery.
Yeah, he was good, but still, I mean, I can see how the direction maybe to make it sound like make him sound like Charlie Sheen.
Is that okay? Hold on, wait a minute. Is that pre-Coke Charlie Sheen or on Coke Charlie Sheen?
I meant to say Martin Sheen, but the good one, the one that behaves.
Okay,
Emilio Estevez.
Mighty Ducks,
Flying V.
So, anyways, the other announcement that came out of MomoCon that made people scream their brains out.
Did you have to turn the audio down for that so it didn't spike or anything?
No. I did not because I didn't record it. It wasn't my audio. It was MomoCon's audio.
Okay.
And plus I was lazy and I didn't do it.
But even still, this made people flip their shit.
Yeah. And you can actually see it in the video. You can see Jason's face when people are yelling about it. But
no, everybody immediately started standing up and applauding at this. Yes. So without further ado, Jose?
One Piece is coming to Toonami. We don't know when. We don't have a date, but it is coming.
We don't have a time slot either.
It is
but
totally.
It's coming
back. Obviously, it's going to be the Funimation dub.
I'm all in favor of getting rid of both Bleach and Naruto and just.
Hey, bitch! Don't go there. Don't go there, bitch.
You know damn well that's not going to happen. So let's stop it right now. But actually, somebody had asked a question on the Tumblr, which I did answer, and I used this as a reason for it. I think that the 11 p.m. hour is coming.
Actually, that would make the most sense.
It makes sense because if you put One Piece at 1:30. I mean, even if you were to move it to the 1 o'clock slot, it's like.
And
I mean, that's where
many
Soul Eater is. I mean, why are you going to move Soul Eater?
And with how many episodes One Piece has, it only makes sense to air an hour of it.
By the way,
Well, I don't know about that.
we'll see what happens.
Don't think they could afford I don't think they could afford an hour of One Piece. I'm actually at an interesting crossroads though with myself because I'm just like I'm in the middle of Water 7 right now, which is like 200 and some odd episodes in. And I'm just like, do I stop here and just watch it on Toonami and start from the beginning, or do I keep going and just watch it on Toonami? So
You can go both ways.
I can go both ways, exactly. I'm not sure.
He likes to go both ways.
I love to go both ways.
Bow chicka bow wow.
Bow chicka bow
wow.
But I'm excited. I'm like, yay, there's a show on Toonami for me that isn't Cowboy Bebop.
Yes. The thing about when he had mentioned it, man, you know, I really had like at MomoCon, man, this prick was sitting behind me, and every time, you know, Jason would say something, he'd be like, yeah! I was like,
that
man,
jackass?
Yeah, man, I was about to say, you bitch, if you do not shut up, I'm going to slap the out of you.
I have no idea where you guys were.
No,
We were on the
I was...
outside. I was like directly across. I was like, directly across from you because we tried to set it up when we were filming. We tried to set it up like a triangle between myself, Jose, and the stage, and so it looked like a really awesome scalene triangle.
And I was the text monkey.
Yes.
Yeah, yes.
I was over there with Jim and Darrell, and I was live tweeting. So
we ain't gonna talk about that. Yeah.
Anyways,
but yeah, One Piece coming to Toonami. There's 590 some odd episodes, I think.
By the way, we know nothing about that either, so don't ask 50 questions, please.
Don't ask us shit, okay?
I don't know if it's going to start from the beginning or if it's going to be the 4Kids version or it's going to be...
It's not going to be the 4Kids version.
Obviously not.
We know that one.
I mean, it's going to probably be uncut. It's Adult Swim. Come on now.
Well, we know it's not going to be the 4Kids version because 4Kids doesn't have the rights to the show anymore.
Nope. They don't.
4Kids doesn't exist anymore for all intents and purposes.
I know, but people, you know how people are, Jose. Well, are they going to put the 4Kids? 4Kids isn't around.
And if you even think about liking that 4Kids dub, you can go die in a fire, and you also will check your fan card at the door because you won't be needing it anymore.
Yo, dreaming.
Yes.
Don't give it up, Luffy. Although,
by the way, Jim,
I know we hate on that One Piece rap. It's actually kind of catchy. I have to admit,
Jim,
it's a little catchy.
We're working on something secret, aren't we?
Yes, we are working on something secret.
Don't say anything. Jose doesn't even know about it. So
I don't. I literally don't.
Like I said, we are working on something secret. You guys will just have to be good and wait.
Yes, you will.
So, anyways,
yes, dear.
I guess this is as good a time as any, unless we have anything else to say about One Piece.
I'm just excited that it's coming because it's going to give us huge ratings, and I'm very happy about that.
I'm happy for One Piece because I'm just like, yay, the show's finally getting a real shot. Because it never had it.
I've never gotten a chance to watch it, so this is going to be my first chance.
You bitch.
And I'm going to say that, like, the reason that I wanted One Piece to be here was because of the ratings. And it's going to do something with ratings. So for those of you that are sitting there going, oh, another shonen anime, shut up.
Mm-hmm.
Shut up.
And besides, like Paul said at the top of this segment, it will probably be likely that the 11 o'clock hour is coming. We don't know for certain. I cannot confirm. Yeah, I cannot stress that enough that we don't know. But at the same time, here's hoping that our Expand Toonami efforts have been paying off.
And one last thing before we move on to the topic tonight. The last bit of news that we keep forgetting about is there is another show out there that they're picking up that they didn't tell us about.
It's 12 episodes. It's a short one, right?
I'm not sure. They didn't really give... I don't remember if he gave details about it.
He really didn't give no details about it.
But I know that there's another show that they're bringing too. So
it's Gantz. Gantz confirmed.
What's that?
It's Gantz. Gantz confirmed.
Yes, Gantz, baby, Gantz.
Well, if they watch the interview, maybe they'll hear something about Gantz.
Yeah. My hopes and dreams dying.
Yes.
Because I really like that show. I was like, oh man, I thought I could. I'm still willing to take the challenge and see if I could edit it to Adult Swim standards and get away with it.
I want to see if you can do that too, man.
Somebody
Alright.
did shout "panty and stocking," and Jason
Oh yeah,
acknowledged
Penny and Stocking.
people.
They did acknowledge that they are listening. So yeah.
Yes. So
Although I don't know if I want again, we've talked about Penny and Stocking before. I don't want Penny and Stocking on Toonami. I want it on Adult Swim Comedy. You don't tell anybody that it's anime, nobody will know.
No, if you don't, if it's one of those things where it's like, don't ask, don't tell. If you don't ask about it being anime, then you will never know. Kind of like Shin-Chan.
Well, don't ask, don't tell, don't exist anymore. That's been done away with.
Fair enough, but you know what I'm
I
going.
know what you're saying.
So, anyways, we're talking about it now. We got to talk about MomoCon.
all right.
Yeah.
So
do.
where should we start with this? Because
Woo,
it's
man.
everywhere.
Well, there was me, possibly almost having to sleep at Hartsfield for the night before I had that miracle plane change.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was funny.
Speaking of that, Jim, I feel really bad for Daniel because like he got to the airport at like 6 a.m. and he can correct me on this after he hears the podcast, but he got there at 6 a.m. and they didn't take off until like 3 or 4 in the afternoon because of the weather.
Yeah, it was. I think it was worse up country than it was in Boston, but there were still 5 inches of snow on the ground in Boston. They had to de-ice the plane twice. They only had one runway open, and people were ready to, jump out of the plane and start strangling each other. No, seriously, it almost became something, quite exquisite to watch. I'd be sitting there, observing and taking notes and stuff like that. It's like, so this is what happens.
I finally know what Jim looks like now, thanks to this convention. Because literally, I asked Darrell and Paul and Daniel. None of us knew what you looked like, dude.
Maybe
No,
I
we
should have
didn't.
come with a bag on my head.
I literally had no idea what you looked like. I was like, wait a minute, what the does Jim look like? I'm rooming with this kid. I have no idea what he looks like. So yeah, I was afraid of like if I have to pick him up from the airport or something, which luckily I didn't have to do. But I'm like, if I have to pick him up from the airport or something, how the am I supposed to find him?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But thank you to the Atlanta Public Trans, the MARTA, because it was very, very nice. All I had to do was just take one subway from the airport to the Peachtree Center stop, and there you go. It was beautiful.
Going back was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, going back was great.
Going back sucked.
Jose, you drove. Shut up.
I drove, and guess what? I didn't even go home. I went straight to set.
Yeah, you're the crazy motherfucker that decided, I'm just gonna go right to set.
I didn't decide that. That decision was made for me. I crossed into Miami. Like, I literally crossed into Miami, and I got a phone call, and they were like, hey, are you near? Where are you? I'm like, I just got into Miami. Can you go here? Am I working? You are now. I'm like, okay.
Yes, sir.
I'm working.
In that
Ma'am.
case, I'm still passing through the Panhandle.
Like, I was literally crossing into Miami, and luckily the place wasn't too far that I could get there relatively easily. And then I got to deal with an hour of bullshit from UPS. And then I got to go to set for the rest of the day and didn't sleep for the rest of the week because it's fun being on set all the time.
Gone to bed. I told you.
I just remember the jubilant tweet that Jose sent out. He's like, I'm done. Now I'm going to sleep for about 18 hours.
Yes, I was so happy.
No, he's like to do ToonamiFaithful.com stuff or go to bed. I'm like, I wanted to be
Go
like,
to bed. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I was about to tweet to Jose.
I actually have a funny little story about
bed.
being on set. While we were shooting, there was we had to do this kite surfing stunt, I guess. It wasn't really a stunt, but there was a kite surfer going around, and the hat she had brought was inappropriate. There was a logo on it that we couldn't use. And the second assistant director pulled me aside and he said, hey, you have a low profile hat. I'm like, well, my hat actually has a logo on it. And they're like, yeah, we can put gaff tape over that. We can totally cover that up. And I'm like, look, this is a one of a kind hat. Like, unless you can guarantee I can get it back, I'm not giving it to you. And it was my Toonami hat that I had worn, and I was like, I'm not giving this to you unless you can guarantee I'll get it back. And they did not take it, thank God.
Yeah,
So I learned my lesson. I will never wear that hat to set again.
Exactly.
Well, let's put it this way. If it were me, I would have said no, and no. You can go stick it where the sun don't shine.
Yep.
And he would have got fired on the spot.
I probably would have gotten fired. I was very polite. I was like, look, I
Yeah.
can't buy another hat. Like, this hat is
Yeah.
one of a kind.
Yeah. Well, that would be me, for something like that. But that's why I don't work in film or anything like that. And yeah, I overstayed as well. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you would have been polite, Jim.
Yeah. No. Well, how you guys know me now, it's like yeah, he wouldn't have said that. Yeah.
Yes, but now y'all know Darrell though really well.
I got to ride Darrell.
Darrell's like
That
a
was
fish.
fun.
Yeah. Do you want to tell him about the Guinness?
Yeah, I'll
Oh,
let you-
dude, my God, Darrell!
I will
Darrell
let- I
is
will
the
let Darrell
biggest
tell this
fucking drinker
because-
in the world.
Oh
I
my
will let
god.
Darrell tell this. Basically, Darrell, well, yeah, let's just say that he would be right at home with us Irish folks here in Boston today because, oh my goodness.
Here we go, brah!
Go right ahead, Darrell. Please take it from here.
Yeah, basically, when we all met up that night at the restaurant, basically I didn't want nothing to eat because I had already eaten. And I ordered a Guinness and a shot of Crown Maple. Basically, when the bartender came back, I just turned the shot up and basically I didn't stop drinking the Guinness until it was all gone. And everybody was like, well, damn, I have never seen anybody drink a Guinness like that.
Yeah, I had just
drink it. Sorry.
Sorry, you go ahead.
Want me to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
He didn't just drink this. He threw the friggin' thing back. It was just like done.
See, that was even too long. He actually did it way faster than that. He put the bottle up for 2 seconds and it was down. He was like, I'm done.
Does this guy have a uvula at all or anything like that?
I was really, I had barely started drinking whatever the fuck I was drinking. I don't even remember.
You had rum and Coke.
Was it a rum and Coke?
Yeah, you had a rum and Coke first.
Okay. Because my drinks get gayer and gayer during the night.
Oh my god. Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
Over the course of the weekend, you mean?
Yes, that's true.
I only got
I love.
hardcore during
You know what? I don't give a crap. I love my gay drinks. Give me an appletini any day. I fucking love appletinis.
I think I actually took a picture of that.
Yeah,
I was drinking. I was drinking something out of a fancy glass. I don't remember what it was.
It was a melon drop.
Yes,
That's
you
what. Wow, you remember my drinks better than I do. It was a melon drop, and I got to toast with Darrell, and that was fun.
Hell yeah.
We all toasted. I had the local Atlanta brew because I always try and make sure to try the local brews when I'm someplace new. Like for example, when I'm in Baltimore, I'll order a Youngling.
But yeah, we're talking about drinks now. Jesus.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
Why don't?
we got one
And then
more
we went
drink.
back to our hotel rooms and pissed said drinks away.
Yes,
That's
I
a
was.
damn lie.
Oh, dude, I was wasted Friday night because one, I hadn't slept, and two, I hadn't
Yes, you
eaten.
were.
You didn't eat. That
Yes,
was the thing.
that was the
Only-
other thing. I didn't eat and I didn't sleep, and I just was like, "Let's go drinking."
Now, see, Saturday night was the shit, though.
Saturday
Yeah,
night
yeah,
was
Saturday was great. Saturday was
So
great.
We'll get into that in a minute.
A minute.
Should I go ahead and brag now or brag later?
Brag.
Now.
Okay.
Brag now about what?
So I drove all night from work, literally for Thursday night, and I drove all the way to Atlanta. And I got there at around 6 in. I was just waiting around, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go check out the Adult Swim building. I've never been there, and I found it. And I took pictures and stuff, and I tweeted out to Jason around 8 o'clock in the morning, and I was hanging out by the building, and he was like, he sent me a direct message with his phone number, even though I already had it, and he was just like, hey, dude, if you're outside the building, like, come on in. I'll let you inside. Come on up by the roof. And I'm like, okay. Trying to be all cool and shit, and I got a little tour of William Street. I got to see all the cool. They have a bunch of IGPX stuff. There's a giant, like Richie said, there's a giant IGPX poster in Jason's office that now belongs to me because he gave me one. I got that cool Toonami hat, which I think they gave the last one to Steve, so they don't have any more of those.
Steve was wearing it at the panels he was at.
Yep. And so was I. I was wearing that thing the whole weekend.
You.
I had my flat cap.
I got a bunch of like press kits and posters and postcards and stuff like that. They like handed me a bunch of cool stuff, and I was like, "Thank you guys so much." We talked, and I got to see the Choice Is Yours music video early. I got to see that early before it aired on Toonami, before even the audio was mixed, which was really cool. And big round of applause to Brent. Because, man, did that video sound bad before he cleaned that crap up.
I actually bought the single that they used for that.
Honestly, it's really amazing how well they blend the voices into those music videos, because
it is.
Because I've done it before, but it takes me forever. And Brent just, because I had heard what it sounded like without Brent cleaning it up, and then when you see it on Toonami, and you're just like, holy crap, dude, I need to learn Pro Tools. By
the way,
so go ahead.
Sorry, I was just gonna say. For those that are interested, you can find the song that was used for The Choice Is Yours on iTunes. It's from the artist Ananon, Anenon, and the album is called Inner Hue. The track is called Memory Residue, and that's 99 cents off of iTunes.
It's a cool track.
Good track, love it.
Yeah, and I got to meet Chris as well, who is one of the Adult Swim, one of the Toonami 6. I got to see where they do the Adult Swim bumps. I didn't get to meet that guy, though. He was in his office, but he was working. I got to hang out in Jason's office. I got to hang out in Gil's office, where that big Toonami, that Tom statue is. He keeps that in his office. And just, they have the media library, and I was like, can I go in there? And Jason was like, no. But they have another little media library in the back, where they keep a lot, like Bondi loved to send them DVDs. They have like all these copies of Ghost in the Shell and IGPX and stuff, and they actually have the original cases, because the original cases and the original models they used to pitch Gundam Wing to the network. Bondi had sent them, I think, Wing Zero Custom and another Gundam, I forgot which one, in these cases, and they still have them, and these were the cases they used to show them to Cartoon Network and say, look, this is Gundam, you want to put this on TV. So it was really cool to see all this cool history and see how Toonami's made. And
not to mention they have a giant Big O as well in the office.
Oh yes, the giant one-of-a-kind Big O made by Sunrise in their office, and it lights up too.
Because lest we all forget, Cartoon Network had a hand in producing the Big O too.
That's the reason why they made that for Cartoon Network. And it's a one of a kind. There's only one of it in the world, and it lights up. And it didn't light up in the picture I have of it because everybody was lazy and we didn't want to plug it in.
There's a lot of laziness going around.
Yes, a lot of lazy. Dude, it was like Friday morning at 8 o'clock. I wasn't going to ask anything. I was like, you guys are letting me in. You do whatever you want. And I got to see a lot of cool artwork, too. That was fun.
So that was William Street.
So, yeah, that was William Street. I hung out outside the building, and I got to see the outside of Cartoon Network as well. But the William Street thing was a really cool experience for me. Hanging out with Jason was honestly a dream come true. And then that dream come true continued the next night, which we were all there for. And I'll let someone else take that one.
Yep, we were at a... Oh, sorry.
I can go ahead and take that one.
Okay.
So Jose was in conversation with Jason. We had said, we were like, well, why don't we go out to dinner? And they're like, no, we're actually going out to dinner with Steve. I'm like, well, I think that's more important, but whatever. Go on. But he said to Jose, he's like, yeah, so later on we'll probably be going for a drink, so we'll text you, possibly. Okay. So I think it was around 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock-ish?
Yeah, it was around 10 o'clock that Steve and Gil and Jason rolled into the bar. And we were already...
Three huge guys start walking towards us.
Yeah.
Yes.
And, Steve left early because he had work to do. But he hung out with us for a bit, and we got to chill out and talk.
Yes.
And then Gil and Jason, it was really cool hanging out with those guys because we got to talk very frankly with them and very off the record. There was some stuff that we got to talk about and ask questions that we cannot repeat here.
Nope.
And I have a
Shit
new,
about it.
I have a new favorite Jason DeMarco quote that I can't repeat. You are, and they all know what I'm talking about. I can't repeat it.
There is one thing that we can repeat, and that's the reaction that Jason had to Darrell's drink.
Oh yeah, that big ass rum keg.
Oh, dude.
Oh my god. Oh
He
my
had
god,
something
like
else
Jason
super
almost
good
like
about
freaked
keg.
out. He's like, "Holy shit!
No,
how did you
Jason-
drink all that?"
No, Jason stopped mid sentence. Like, holy shit, is that just for you?
Yeah. Oh my god, it was hilarious.
Yeah, Jose and I each had Coral Reefs, which were non-alcoholic, but they made them alcoholic
Yes.
for us.
And by the way, we did this like super secret. Like we didn't tell. Nobody knew that Nobody knew that Jason and Gil were in the hotel. Like they were like, this was like super secret stuff going on here. Even Chad like later on was like, I didn't know. I was like,
No, Chad did know. I forgot to text him.
I was like,
Because
shit.
I had told him and I forgot to text him. I'm so sorry, Chad, but
Sorry,
Chad got to
Chad.
hang out with him later anyways, so it's all good.
Yeah,
So
but Jason and Gil are both really, really cool guys. You just can't get
Yeah.
in Jason's doghouse because he'll never get out.
I think I like literally impressed Jason with all the drinking that I did that night, man. With that
I
rum.
think
You
Jason
impressed everybody with that.
I think Jason was a little scared for you.
I was scared for him. Down
Nah,
the
dude,
had
I
a
was
room
straight.
with his ass. What the
Ah,
hell?
fuck you, man.
The thing though, after speaking with them very frankly and honest and open with them, was we I think we have such a better understanding of how much work goes into Toonami and how little they get back from it. I don't think we ever understood the true scale of it, of how much work goes into it and how much, they actually get back from it. Now I think we have a much better understanding. They really do this for nothing, guys. They really, honest to God, do what they do on Toonami for nothing.
Yeah, this supplements their regular jobs at Adult Swim. Because remember, Jason is the VP of Special Projects. He sets up the Adult Swim singles program every single summer.
Yep.
So.
And by the way, I mean, this made the whole trip for us. I mean, seeing Steve, being able to talk to Steve, seeing Jason and the whole crew. I mean, that made this trip worth it. So.
Not to mention meeting all you guys for the first time too, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
Aw.
I need to say this. I need to say this because you guys are gonna laugh about this. Somebody actually asked me on Tumblr. You know all the pictures that I put on Tumblr of all of us. Like Jose was on top of Darrell, going, "Let's go."
Yes, which lasted for 5 minutes, and then I was like, all right, this is a little gay. I need to get off now.
Because I was literally gonna carry you the rest of the way, dude.
So like somebody literally asked me on Tumblr, was that pictures of you guys or was that just random people? I'm like, dude, we were too busy to take pictures of random people.
Exactly.
Well,
Like people didn't understand. Like we were like literally busy the whole time. Like it's not even funny. Like we made time for each other, but like Jose was like doing editing, and we were trying to
And camera work.
Yeah, and camera work. I mean, we were just there to help, basically. So, I mean, and again, it made everything. Meeting those guys just made everything worthwhile.
Oh.
So,
Jose, can we get a crowd there and the crowd in there?
No, I'm lazy. I'm not going to do it. Plus, I really don't like doing the sound effect thing in the podcast. I think it usually sounds kind of cheesy.
And you know what's really funny, Jim?
I like cheese though.
What's up? He's probably going to do it.
I'm probably really not going to.
Oh yeah, now this is another story from MomoCon. Like the first night that me and Paul were there, we had people being real loud that whole night. Now the first part of it, I was like, shut the up, I'm trying to go to sleep. Okay, 5 minutes, it stops. Okay, it goes back up again. So I go out in the hall, I see it real loud, everybody shuts up again. 6 minutes later, starts up again, so I just call downstairs. They call security, and in the morning, me and Paul get apology for get apology letter.
Dude, I should have freaking milked that shit too. I should have been like, they were noisy the other night. I want a discount, motherfuckers.
I mean, cause seriously, they were like the next night, the Saturday night. I literally got up, went next door, and it was a whole bunch of kids drinking, man. I was just like, you know what? Give me your alcohol right now.
And that downed it all right in front of him, and he would have been fine.
Yeah, he would have been fine.
Oh man, we had so much fun there. I mean, but it wasn't all fun and games. Obviously, we did work, but for me, I think obviously going to William Street was a big highlight because that's where I want to work. And
hint.
always a hint, but which I didn't try to play that up to Jason too much, or Gil.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to look, I'm here to be press, but hey, I do professional editing work too. But yeah, I mean, I had so much fun with those guys, and getting to meet Johnny for me was a little bit of a dream come true for me, because Johnny is the one who edited the Dreams promo. And Dreams promo was a huge inspiration for me, and getting to meet the guy who is basically behind that promo and the reason that I do my career was really surreal and really just like, what? Like, this is the dude. And of course meeting Sarah and meeting Sarah, who's the other editor, who's amazing at what she does, was also an inspiration.
I'm officially in love with Sarah because she says she loves Thundercats. So.
I knew you were too. I was like, I heard that. I'm like, Paul loves her.
Yep, I'm in love with her. I'm like, yes.
I'm kind of sad that nobody said anything about Bleach, man. Hurt my feelings, but Thundercats was a nice consolation, though.
Yes. Everybody said Bebop.
Yeah.
Except for me.
Which, by the way, we kind of got exclusive rights to them, didn't we? In a way.
To what?
We kind of did.
At MomoCon, we kind of got exclusive rights to them at MomoCon, which is kind of awesome.
Well, the cool thing is,
man.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, MomoCon
really like
super.
Actually, right now,
super
as we
awesome.
record this podcast, I am staring at this beautiful Toonami on Cartoon Network bag, and it makes me jizz in my pants every time I look at it.
I'm just looking at my IGPX poster that Jason signed for me. Fuck y'all, they ain't got one.
I'm not staring at it, but I have a Toonami license plate, like a European license plate that Jason was gracious enough to sign. And,
yeah, because Jim wasn't going to even get it signed. I was like, Jim, just ask Jason to sign it, man.
Yeah.
Why? I'm going to brag. I got my Cowboy Bebop box signed by Steve Bloom. So the only person I'm missing on it is Bo Billingsley, who plays Jet. And Jason also signed IGPX seasons 1 and 2 as Cunningham, because he plays Cunningham on that show. And then I got the Toonami 6 basically to sign all my IGPX boxes, and I had about 5 of them.
Okay, yeah, I did manage to get Steve to sign my Big O and Ghost in the Shell standalone complex box sets. That was nice. Gave him also $20 to. I got to plug this actually because he's been plugging it. There's a voice actor out there by the name of Jerry Gelb, and he has a massive problem with his cervical spine, and he needs a very expensive surgery to correct it. This is a very important quality of life surgery that if he gets this done, it will basically keep him from being paralyzed. So he has been, yes, Mr. Gelb desperately needs this surgery, and Steve has been tweeting out the link. I believe Jose also has a link, and so
I made a link to make it easier for everybody to remember. The website is called You Caring, or You're Caring, or something like that.
Yes, we can. I think yes, we can.
Yes, we can. I'm sorry, something like that. But
yes, we can. youcaring.com/medical fundraiser, and then all kinds of stuff.
All kinds of stuff. But the easy way to remember it is tinyurl/Jerry Gelb, JERRYGELB. So that's the very easy way to remember it. I tweeted it out to Steve. Hopefully he'll put it up because that's way easier to remember.
Oh yeah, but
and it's in the video as well. You can when it goes up on YouTube, it'll be clickable. But if you go check out the video in the Steve interview when we mention it, it's there. So please go donate what you can.
Yes, and
yes, please.
I've done yes because I saw that and I was like, you know what, I'll do it. And I got a couple extra posters signed. One of which I gave to my sister. So,
which by the way, I forgot to ask him about that, Darrell. I should have asked him while we were there to see if he had any, but I don't think he brought any upstairs when he was at the Toonami panel. So.
Yeah, because see, I was really trying to get where I get, buy the posters and everything, because me and Paul kept on getting cut off for the signing every time we tried to go.
Oh God, let's not even have that conversation. So me and Darrell went down to the dealer's room, which was where the autographs were. The lady on line control told us that we couldn't go through, and the same thing happened the next day, which was aggravating. But we at the Toonami panel, Steve was actually gracious enough to go out front and actually do some signing. So I was able to get something for Darrell signed and two things for me signed. So
Steve is just the biggest teddy bear you could ever hope to meet. I mean, he is the definition of a class human being, and
he is a class act altogether.
Would that we had a billion people in the world as gracious with their time as Steve Bloom is. So. Yeah, the man's a lot bigger than you might think he is. Also, he's got a heck of a handshake too. So,
well, Jason is about my. Sorry, not Jason. Steve is about my height.
Yeah. Well, remember, I'm only 5'7", so.
It's okay.
All of you fuckers are short.
Fuck you. Hey, I was about as tall as you, Jose.
Yeah, I realized something. I might be the tallest member on the Toonami crew, on the Toonami Faithful podcast crew.
But we know who's the strongest, though.
No, it's definitely Darrell.
I'm not messing with Darrell.
Alcohol-wise and strength-wise, it's Darrell.
I mean, come on, he saws wood too.
Fuck you, Paul. Yeah, motherfucker, I did snore. Okay, I'm sorry, Sweetums, but you put it on me so good, though.
That's part of the reason why I didn't get enough sleep the whole goddamn weekend.
Of course,
I'm sitting there I looked up at the goddamn wallpaper and I'm like, oh look, the wallpaper's healing. Look at what you did, Darrell. Look at what you did.
Of course, Jason towers over all of us. He's about 6'4", 6'3".
Yes, he is.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, somebody had actually mentioned on Tumblr, and I didn't even realize it until I actually looked at him, and I was like, oh my God, he actually did lose weight. Because, before, if you look at the original interview that he did with Sean, I think it was for Toonami Jetstream. You can correct me if I'm wrong. But, he looks a lot different than what he did in person when I was there. You know what I mean? So it looks like he actually lost a lot of weight, which is a good thing.
Oh yeah, when Paul wanted to give him a t-shirt, Paul had that little small ass extra large. I told you X.
Not even had that conversation either.
Did you guys get recognized at MomoCon, by the way?
What was it?
Somebody thought that I was working for Toonami. I just went with it. So
yeah, that happened to me too.
Same with Jose.
A lot. There's a whole handful of people who think I work for Toonami.
I was there in the elevator, and I was trying so hard to keep, in my brain, I was just, giggling like a little kid,
Oh, Darrell, remember down in the dealer room, somebody stopped us and was like, "Oh,
yeah."
From I'm like, dude, that's my shirt.
Yeah, Paul was just
buy one. I was like, I didn't even think about it at the time. I was like, I could have been like ToonamiFaithful.bandcamp.com, but I was like, dude, they're not for sale right now. And I'm like,
Paul was in a bad mood at that point.
Yeah, I was in a bad mood because of I wasn't allowed in the line to get signed for Steve, because I was trying to get the main thing I wanted to get signed was what he did eventually sign, which I'm giving away to you guys. So
yeah, I got it. But back to the elevator story, because that was really funny. There's a black Inuyasha who totally thinks I work for Turner.
I think it was Friday, and he still had the guest sticker.
Yeah, I had my little guest sticker from William Street on my shirt, and I was wearing a Cartoon Network shirt, and I had my Toonami hat on, and I had a bunch of gear on me, and I was like, "Yep, I work for Toonami." Dude, Rory, who is the nicest, sweetest lead videographer on a MomoCon staff, totally thought I worked for Turner. Which I was freelancing for Turner technically with this video, because this video is the official Toonami panel video is property of Turner. We need to make that clear. It's our property and Turner's property. So we were kind of freelancing for Turner in that point.
And MomoCon's property too.
And it's MomoCon's property. I'm sorry.
Yes.
So if anybody steals anything from that, I would hope
that's your ass.
You're dealing with Turner's legal team, not us.
I would hope that you have a good legal person, because you're gonna be screwed.
Yeah, guys, ask for permission if you're gonna. You can embed the video anywhere, but if you're gonna take stuff from it, ask us first, please.
Yes,
we will give you better stuff than what's on that video. Trust us. So we'll work it out with you. Trust us. Ask us for the video.
The elevator situation at MomoCon was ridiculous, man.
Oh, I ended up taking the secret
elevators at
elevator like
MomoCon.
20 times.
Yeah, and the thing was like the elevators were out of control except for Sunday because nobody was really there on Sunday.
Which was stupid.
Yeah, and I think actually they pretty much everybody that came was only there for like the Steve Bloom signing in the morning and
The Toonami
panel. Yeah, so
the Toonami panel was kind of the end of it because I didn't really go to any panels after. I know I didn't. Then again,
I was
I had time on my
right
hands.
after the Toonami panel. We ran to the press room.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
yes, we ran and got that, and then
I stayed in Daniel's room the whole time. Until it was like, hey, render times are way too long.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I took that wonderful picture of Jose editing.
Yep.
Which actually I think it got retweeted and reblogged on Tumblr a lot. So.
Well,
yeah.
Yep.
That's
a picture of me.
Not to mention, let's see, one more elevator story was the elevator lap dance.
Yes, the elevator lap dance. Girl that was like pretty much on your hand the whole time.
She was on a little bit more than my hand, dude. She was on my junk. And I was like, oh, man, come on, please quit moving. She's like, I'm kind of giving this guy a lap dance, but it's okay. I'm like, oh, God, man, please.
No, you should have just been like, can I check your ID?
Dude, I didn't even want to know.
Oh, we got to tell the story. We got to actually tell the story about trying to break into Daniel's room.
I don't think I was there for that.
Yes, I think. Were you there I think you were there for that. So basically what happened is we had said to Daniel, we're like, because Daniel stayed through Monday, and he didn't go home until like Monday afternoon, Monday night.
Thank God he stayed that extra day too.
Yeah. So basically we were like, okay, well, this is what we're going to do. We all got to check out on Sunday. And we're just going to come up to your room, put our stuff down, and then just go to the Toonami panel. And that way we can set up, we can get everything all set just in case. And I don't think we realized that there was a panel actually in front of it. Maybe Jose knew that, but I didn't realize it.
I knew that, yeah. I
By the
always
way,
go to a panel early.
Because like
the
Chad
little Rebo panel, and it was freaking awesome.
Yeah, it was really funny.
It was.
Because like Chad had said something about, oh yeah, we're gonna shut it down like an hour early and hide stuff, and I'm like, okay. And then I realized there was another panel there. I was like, that might not work. So
we had enough time. Is the long.
Yeah, we had enough time, so it was all good. But then like
there was a lot of me running around.
Yes, it was. And then basically
next time you better answer your text quicker, Jose.
So me and Darrell started going up the elevator, and then ironically the elevator opened on the 15th floor where Jose was and Jim was, and they came in the elevator with us, and they're like, so we're headed up to Daniel's room, and we've been texting and trying to call Daniel and be like, Daniel, wake up. We need you to open the door. So we get to the door, and Jose is just like, I'm just going to use my tripod. He starts not hitting the door.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
Well, cuz I didn't have a free hand.
I know, but it was hilarious the way you said it. You're just like, it, I'm just going to use my tripod. And I'm like... And actually, it took like at least a minute or two, but he actually opened the door finally.
Lazy fucker.
But we have to thank Daniel for that because we had a room to like edit in. So thank you, Daniel, for doing that. And yeah.
Like seriously, we was running around like a chick with our heads cut off when it was time for the interviews. Like interview time, I'm grabbing Jose's stuff, running to the room with him. It's like
I had lost my microphones.
And they were actually on the damn table.
Yeah, I know.
I know you lost your microphones, but they were right there. It was hilarious.
I was stressed. I was because in the middle of that shoot, I was involved in another shoot, so it was like double the stress. And then as soon as I left MomoCon, I was back into the other shoot, so I was like, oh crap. You know, so it was just nothing but stress.
It's really a wonder how
I'm
Jose's
still alive.
even
I know.
Yeah.
It was all because of the power of Darrell.
Especially with the sleep that you didn't get.
It was all with the power of, oh my god, I need to get stuff done.
Actually, I think Jose slept more than I did during the convention because I went to the rave after we had our drinks with Jason and Gil.
Oh, I went there too. I was there.
Yeah, you did. I was there longer than you were, though.
Yeah, I left after like 15 minutes. I was like, okay.
Let's tell
boring.
Yeah, hey, did we tell him about the karaoke thing, Jose?
Oh, I was so pissed about that.
I know, man. Me and Jose was gonna actually do karaoke.
I know.
They had fucking Vocaloids.
It was
man.
only Vocaloid songs. I was like, come on, I want to sing "We Are" in Japanese.
I know. I was like, I was willing to lose my dignity and sing with Jose, man.
And it didn't happen, unfortunately.
I know.
No.
So sad.
We really wanted to make an ass of ourselves, though.
I was gonna put it on video and everything, man.
That's all.
It's okay though.
We got to sit through a Toho panel. I don't know what that is.
Man. I was like, what the hell? Oh, now the Toho panel was funny as hell because we're sitting there tweeting each other the whole time. Like, what the hell is
no idea.
Yeah, we really had no idea what was going on. We were just like, all right, we need the Steve panel to start so we can get working. And for those of you wondering, yes, the Steve panel's coming. I will get to it, I promise. I just don't know when.
Yeah, I would say afterwards though, I would say that I know more about Toho now than I initially did when I first went in.
Yes, you did.
I still have no idea what Toho is.
Let's put it this way. I had some prior knowledge of Toho going in, and all I know about it still is that it's a series of bullet hell shooters, which I kind of like because, I like 2D shoot-'em-ups and stuff like that. But the only one I've played is Perfect Cherry Blossom.
Actually, by the way, I should talk about my adventure at the stupid airport.
Which one? Was that going back or two?
No, coming too. So for context, you guys have to understand that the Rochester International Airport here in Rochester, New York is small, but it's a nice airport. So I get on the plane, takes us actually we got there early, which was weird. I got there probably about, I would say about half an hour early, right, Darrell?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I get off the plane, I go through, blah blah blah. So I get down to the ground floor where you're supposed to walk through, or the other thing which I'll talk about in a minute that I should have done in the first place. Mm-hmm. So I get down there and I'm walking. I'm like, oh yeah, the things at the end. Oh my, what the hell? More escalators? More walking? What the f***? So I'm the dumb f*** that's sitting here continuing to walk, and I'm like, wait a minute, what is this train that's going along here that I keep seeing people get on? So I'm like, all right, f*** it, I'm just getting on the train, and I'll take it down to the end.
Welcome aboard the plane train.
So I got intelligent finally at the end and took the train all the way down to the end, which is a long f***ing way, by the way. And finally got out of the airport, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I'm like, when I f***ing come back, I'm taking the goddamn train all the way to my gate and then going up there. Because if none of you have been to Atlanta, you have to understand this airport is huge. Like, I'm not even kidding you. Like,
I think it's the biggest airport in the country.
Yeah, like I honestly think that stretch, if I would have kept going, was at least a mile long. I would be, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but it could be at least a mile long, that stretch that I would have had to walk. So, yeah, don't do that. If you go to Atlanta, make sure you use the train to take it all the way to the end to the ground transport, because, yeah, you're going to be hurting.
So in this story, Paul has never been to an airport before.
No, that was his first time flying.
It really was his first time flying, yeah.
Yeah, that was my first time flying, actually.
Because for me, I'm like, there are trains in every airport.
Not Rochester.
Not Rochester, but I'm
like
usually flying into like big airports like JFK and LaGuardia and Miami International and Orlando and LAX.
Too many.
And Narita. So
yeah,
they all have trains.
Narita.
Yeah, Logan's not like that. Because the thing is, they have what we like to call the Silver Lie, but it's really called the Silver Line, and it's just a courtesy bus that goes around to the terminals and stuff like that. The thing is, unlike the other T stops, which the T is what we call, the train, or the MBTA, here in Boston. The thing is, it merges with regular traffic. The Silver Line does, so it's not special like in any way, shape, or form. And if you want to,
okay, let's get off airplane talk because this is not interesting.
No, this is not interesting at all. But
shall we move on to Toonami talkbacks?
Sure.
All right.
No.
I like the no.
I guess that means I got to bring up the Tumblr.
I'm trying to get them all here, but I know there's a bunch more. It's just that Twitter isn't showing them to me. I don't know why.
Yeah,
show them to me.
About that.
Show me potato salad.
Okay, at UU Brotherhood.
That was oddly in sync, but go on.
At UU Brotherhood wants us to get a Toonami hater like at Future Gohan SSJ2 on the show so we can get a different point of view. And to that I say, no.
That person can go his couch.
Oh,
that's right. Your couch.
I mean, we already have me on the show hating Toonami, so we don't need another person.
No.
Is he the guy that starts the DBZ riots all the time?
I have no clue, and if that's what he's going to do, no.
I've lost count on who starts those, man. So
I say report them all.
You know what hey Jim, you know what I did about that DBZ issue.
Yes, but at the same time, they eventually become desensitized to that. So I say, just report them all, get them off Twitter, and make sure that we have a nice, peaceful Twitter for the Toonami faithful.
Exactly.
Jim George Baker says, what do you say to the crazy people that say a Toonami channel is too much of a good thing, so it shouldn't happen? They're right.
Exactly.
No, he is right. He is completely right. I mean, they try it, and didn't they try that before? I think it was called Anime Network.
Yeah, that's a terrible, terrible idea. Don't do it. Seriously, it's not a good idea.
Yeah, like I said, it was called Anime Network.
Doesn't work.
As nice as it was.
They're trying it now. It's called Neon Alley. Still not
Doesn't
convinced.
work.
I mean, I like it, but it's not there. So what are the chances of it actually getting its own channel? Probably never.
Not in the U.S. at least.
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously Toonami Asia, but that's a totally different market. We're speaking strictly U.S.
I mean, it's not like we talk to Toonami Asia or anything.
No, we don't talk to them.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about at all.
We don't even talk to the Toonami in the U.S.
Who's this Toonami Asia?
I don't know. I know a chick named Asia.
I mean, I don't. It's not like I. Never mind. Anyways, continue.
Trying to get more of them, man, but it's just they don't show up. I know there's way more. But
do you want me to tumble right now?
Yeah, go for Tumblr while I try to get.
Okay, so from Anonymous, since Toonami aired the Evangelion movie, will there be any future movies being shown like the new Full Metal Alchemist movie, Bleach movies, Trigun, Summer Wars, or maybe even bringing Eden of the East to the lineup?
Actually,
go ahead, Jim, you may answer that if you'd like.
Okay. At the panel, if you watched it, if you haven't watched it beforehand, if you haven't, go do it now. They said that EVA 1.11 would be the first of their movie nights, but they didn't say anything beyond that. They didn't say what would be on, when it would be on, or anything like that. Although I would love to see Summer Wars on as a Toonami movie night because that movie is fantastic. I love it.
I would personally like to see some of the, and I know Jose's going to hate on me for saying this, Darrell's going to love me, but some of the Bleach movies. And
actually, those would be a ratings win, I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's from a ratings perspective. I would like to see that just because I think that would do well with the ratings. So
I know they didn't show Memories of Nobody in the Diamond Dust Rebellion, so I think the next one would be like Fade to Black if they were to show it.
I would like to see them play Hellverse.
Hellverse is the last movie that they made, so they have to play Fade to Black first.
Well, let's put it this way. I think
Redline.
Redline. Yeah. Sorry,
man. You got something there, Jose. You think you need some water?
Oh no, I think I need some more Redline. It's a great medicine.
I gotta have more Redline, baby.
I need more Redline in my veins.
Yes.
Just inject that in my veins.
I'm just gonna ignore this question because they're asking us, will you show the next Evangelion movie? And we're not Toonami. So goodbye to that.
Yes, we will. We're totally going to air it tonight.
Exactly.
Whenever you're listening to this, go watch Adult Swim. It's on there somewhere.
By the way, Jose, I have a question for you from Tumblr.
I have an answer.
Lucid Assassin, I like that name actually.
Very nice.
He asked, "Hey, do I have to watch the whole show for the ratings to count for Toonami when it's recorded?
Oh,
How
I
long
answered
do I
this
have to watch?"
question.
I know you did, and I want you to answer it again, just to.
The answer is I don't know. I don't know the answer to that one. Sorry.
Okay.
Maybe it was one of those questions we should have asked Jason at the bar.
Yeah, we should have probably asked him.
He probably can't divulge that kind of information. I have a feeling.
The last one I need to ask, which is the last question, is from Anonymous, and they ask, "Can you please check out Aquarion? I think it would be great for Toonami since it's a giant robot anime."
You want to send me a copy of it?
Yeah, sure. Send me a copy.
I actually got Aquarion.
I've never seen it.
Is it good?
Yeah, I actually liked it, man.
Mm-hmm.
But who licensed it?
Funimation. That I know.
Okay, good. Because I hear giant robots, my brain immediately goes to Bandai. So
Yeah,
that's true.
and we know
with
stuff.
good reason.
We know stuff now.
We miss
And
you,
we're not
Kenny.
telling you.
Please come back.
Yeah, I'm gonna need for people to quit asking me because I'm not gonna tell you anything.
Yeah, we need to clear something up. We can't answer any more Bandai questions. We know stuff now that we really can't answer them anymore. Sorry.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not
so-
telling you anyway because I'm an asshole like that anyway. Even if I did know, I wouldn't tell you. Even if I didn't know, I still wouldn't tell your ass.
Yeah, except Darrell knows nothing. It's us that know.
Yeah, because during that weekend at MomoCon, I learned more about Bandai than I ever cared to, and most of that was due to Jose. He's our resident Bandai nerd.
Yep.
So,
yeah, that the fact that I can say this that Jason Marco and Gil and basically the whole Toonami staff were big friends with Kenny Adomi, who ran Bandai. I mean, that's why. I mean, they were huge friends, and now can't say what happened.
no, but all I can say is that we miss you, Ken. We wish you all the best, and we hope you can get back in the game and don't stop believing in the American.
He's in
anime
Japan right now. He's not dead. We're not saying he's dead. He's in Japan.
No, I know he's dead. No, I know, but at the same time,
You made it sound like he was dead. Like, we miss you, man. Pouring one out for the homies.
Yeah.
He's not dead. He's in Japan.
No, I'm just saying that.
Talking about yes, he is.
Please don't give up on us, Ken. I mean, what happened with Bandai was unfortunate. I can't say anything else, but I will. But just don't stop. Just don't stop believing in us, Ken. Yeah, I think we'll make.
Stop believing. I was waiting for that too.
I'm kind of glad that you guys don't do karaoke because you suck.
Yeah.
That's exactly why we should do karaoke.
But anyways.
But that's all I'm gonna say, Ken. Keep believing in us, and I promise we'll make good on it for you. We'll do good for you.
Also, let's just go ahead and say this about Sentai. If you want any Sentai show, it's
Forget
a no.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Forget
much a no. Like, never say never, but
It's
say no. Like don't get your hopes up on that show, okay?
Don't hold your breath at all.
That's the
you'll be
reason why I'm
holding your
just
breath
glad
until
I
you're
bought
full.
Infinite Stratas and all other Sentai-related DVDs that I do have.
Yeah, if you want to go see High School of the Dead, just go buy it. You're not going
On
to see it on
Blu-ray.
Toonami.
I don't think it's Toonami. I mean, as action-y as it is, I mean, the dub still blows. So.
Really, I like the dub.
I like the dub.
Foster.
I know it's Foster. But that one's like okay.
Well, that one actually kind of makes sense.
That one
but
makes sense because it's already so over the top. It was fine.
The only three that I'm a fan, Foster dubs I'm a fan of, are Ghost Stories, Marduk Scramble, where he showed a surprising amount of restraint.
Yeah, it's really weird, like watching
Was he
Marduk
off
Scramble.
Was he on his Ritalin that day?
I guess. Well, he also
But,
did the dub for The Place Promised in Our Early Days, and I was like, what?
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Oh, dude, the dub for that is amazing. He
But
did the
even
dub
s-
for Voices of a Distant Star, but I hate Voices of a Distant Star, so...
I like Voices of a Distant Star for
Hate that
some odd
movie.
reason.
It's basically Gunbuster in 30 minutes. So
It's basically crap.
You,
I know
and
a lot of
you,
people...
Jose.
I know...
Makoto Shinkai had to start somewhere.
Dude, I respect him so much for his talent and whatnot, but he really didn't find his voice until Place Promised in Our Early Days. Everybody likes to harp on Voices of a Distant Star, but I'm like, that movie sucks. I'm sorry. It's not
I
good.
like that.
It's not
I
even a
have my
movie. It's
reason.
like a 30-minute OVA.
Yeah, it's a 30-minute thing.
It's a short
Yeah,
film.
look at that's all I needed out of that, man. I didn't want to see any more after that. But I still like it for my own sick, twisted reasons. Shut the f- up, Jim and Jose.
Another quick Toonami talkback.
Wait a minute.
Wait, what sick, twisted reasons do you have for liking Voices of a Distant Star? Now I'm actually curious.
Exactly. Same.
I've never seen it, so
What's sick and
Go
twisted
on.
about it?
It's like a fucking love story, man.
It is a love story. That's what's so sick about it.
Dude. I'm like trying to be like you, dude. I'm trying to be emo.
Well, wait, what? I don't understand what's sick and twisted.
Does it?
Don't worry about it, man.
Does it not? Does it not have a campy feel, Darrell?
No campy feel whatsoever.
Ding 2.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Paul, you've become so effing predictable. Okay, so
We
anyways,
got Jose 7 times with the campy feel
8.
at MomoCon.
It was 8.
Oh,
And then we
God,
actually.
I don't know why you guys are keeping count. I don't get it.
I don't know. It was kind of funny. I don't know. Darrell, like, all of a sudden, like, just started that. It was hilarious. Like, I wasn't even, like, thinking about it because I was so tired from Darrell snoring. But, all of a sudden, Darrell just comes down. I got him twice. What? Why? No, why was I not there for this? Like,
Jose was ready to murder anybody who said campy around him.
Ding 3.
Oh yeah,
Doesn't
of
really
course.
count.
At the mixer, Jose was like, "Darrell, be good." I was like, "Man, I'm not gonna drink that much, Jose." Because as soon as
First
they said
thing he gets is a beer.
Which, by the way, we took a picture with Steve, like all of us, and it disappeared.
It really did.
It disappeared. Do you have that, Jose?
No, I don't have that.
Makes me wish I was there for that. Actually, there was a picture of me and Jose that was ruined by goddamn motherfucking Slenderman. Slenderman, I'm coming for you. You better sleep with one eye open.
Sleep with your face open,
Ruined our
Slender
picture
Man.
with Steve.
Yeah, but Jose did get this kick-ass picture of this chick dressed like Samus from Metroid. Though.
Yes, I haven't put that up on Twitter yet.
I have a lot of pictures from MomoCon, actually, that I haven't put up. So
We have B-roll
I need to
from
put that picture of
MomoCon.
that rum keg up though, for real, man.
yeah, yes.
Speaking of picture, Darrell, next time I say look through your goddamn bag, look through your goddamn bag.
Yes, look here. Your camera was sandwiched between my damn wallet. That's where my money was. Because I checked my pockets twice, man.
Wait, Darrell, are you sure it wasn't your camera?
It was in my camera, but for some reason it was gone, man. Because I checked my camera, like, what the hell is gone now?
Well, because I remember you took out your SD card and you handed it to me, and I handed it back.
yeah, and then after that, I was like, I checked my camera again, and it
Yeah,
was
you might
gone.
want to check your computer, dude, because it might be on your computer.
Please, if you can at all.
Yeah. Don't check it right now while we're on the podcast.
Who, me? No. It's definitely not on my computer. The card didn't open.
Oh.
I don't know what happened,
That's
man.
what
It was
happened,
probly so.
Anyway,
Okay,
Darrell has the card.
I checked the
Toonami
damn
Faithful Podcast, Adventures in Lost Cameras.
Yeah.
and MomoCon.
This is why I need to manage
Yay.
all the media, because nothing gets lost when I do it.
Exactly.
Fuck you.
It's true.
I let you see my SD card, and what the happens? Picture get lost.
Why do I get a sexual
I hand it
picture?
back and be like, okay, you handle it, and then you lose it.
You know what? You.
You're just saying that because I got a point. So anyways,
Your point.
Camille Biden says guest suggestions. He wants Justin Cook, Brad Swaley, Richard Casino, Johnny Young Bosch, and John Bergemeyer.
By the way, we are working on some guests.
Yes, we are.
We are working on some guests. I know two right now have confirmed. And once I get a date, I will let you know. But other than that, don't ask about Jason. Don't ask about Steve. I'm making that clear right
We've
now.
had them on the show twice now.
So, twice now.
I know, so just don't ask. When they come on, they will come on, and I will let you know.
What the hell? What the hell are us and Steve gonna talk about now?
I know, seriously, like
Exactly.
we're running out of things to talk about on the podcast.
I'm gonna be honest with you. What we're going to do is we're going to actually have him on the whole podcast and just interact as we go through our stuff as usual.
Yeah,
Because
we joked about that. That's not happening.
Yeah,
That's not actually happening. Don't get people's hopes up. We're joking.
Just kidding.
well, that's what I'd like to do, but we'll see.
I'd love to fire Darrell and do that, but we can't.
F you.
Children, behave yourselves, please.
Yeah, you can fire Jim or Daniel.
I can't fire Jim.
And we can't fire Daniel because if we fire Daniel, well, there goes the website.
Okay, well then fine. Fire Paul.
You can't fire me. I'm the boss.
Yeah, don't worry about it. There's a way around everything.
You know what, Paul?
To
You're
the
fired.
question, I thought Brad Swale was retired. I thought he wasn't doing voiceover anymore.
Doesn't
Which
mean we
always
can't interview him.
Good point, but at the same time, it kind of makes me a little worried, when like voice actors drop off the face of the earth. Like Amanda Wynn Lee, I was worried about her for a little bit.
Yeah, she's in Persona 4 now.
Yeah, she was in Persona 4, which was her first voice role in God knows how long. But
you know what? Speaking about voiceovers, we kind of since this was kind of on the birthday of Toonami that we're recording this for 20 minutes. We do need to say we do need to give some kind of props to Sonny Strait.
Sonny Strait?
Sonny Strait, yeah, for
being the original
being
Tom.
the original Tom. So we definitely have to say that, and I definitely want to put that on the podcast because, well, he was the first Tom. So
Well, we can probably get him on the show.
Maybe.
Well, I know him. So
Well, you know Sonny.
Yes, I know him.
He does. So you need to do what I told you to do and get him on the show.
You didn't.
Do what I told
You
you
actually
to do.
never told me to do that ever.
I did tell you this.
No, you've never told me to do that.
I said to you.
I think you've said that about Richard like 20 times, but you never
said
told me
to you-
that.
I've said to you, and I quote, "If you know him, get him on the show."
No.
That isn't saying, like, get him on the show now,
Well, I didn't say get him on the show now, but if I
I'm
have
gonna give
to be
him a
that
call.
specific-
Actually, hold on. Let me give him a call.
Are
I'm
you
totally
really-
joking. I'm not gonna
No.
do that right now. It's 1:20 in the morning.
I was gonna say, I was like,
It's
You really
midnight.
want to get cussed out, don't
It's
you?
midnight in the Central Time area.
Yes, it's 12:20.
Anyway.
So yeah, I do know him. I don't know. I'll give him a call one day when I feel like it.
Lazy fuck.
When
Well,
he's
we
not
have
crippled from
we have Michael
lack of
Heffer on coming on the show very soon. So make sure you get your questions in about Reboot.
Oh, Michael who?
Michael
Yes,
Heffer
April
on,
7th.
Michael Habercorn.
Oh, is he the guy that's
not
doing the
Habercorn.
reboot?
Heffer on.
yes,
Okay.
Hefferon.
Heffer.
April 7th, that is coming. So,
Mark
look
your
forward to that.
calendars.
And like I said, once I get the other guests hammered down, so to speak, I will let you know about them. But I think that's going to be it for tonight, unless we got something else to talk about.
No, I just want to get out.
Yeah, that's about it.
How many emails?
Although
did we just get
one
during
final
this
thing, a
podcast?
humongous thank you to the guys at MomoCon for their wonderful hospitality and just being nice folks.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Thank you to MomoCon for their hospitalities. Hopefully we can do this all again next year.
Tomorrow.
I was going to say tomorrow. I was like, next year. That's not fair enough.
Not tomorrow. No, not tomorrow.
Not tomorrow. I was saying not tomorrow.
Although some other stuff would be contingent upon me getting a press badge at Anime Boston, but
Yes, somebody did ask about that the other day. I'm going to Toricon, which is this weekend coming up. And Jim pretty much, I think, will be going as press to Anime Boston. I can't say that for sure because I haven't heard back from the guy.
I haven't heard back from the folks either. Maybe I should talk to Patrick D and have him twist a few arms for me, just to get me my confirmation sooner.
I was supposed to be at MegaCon this weekend. I didn't go. Sorry, everybody who wanted me to be there.
Well, you were working, kind of. So
No, I wasn't working. I was like, I'm not fucking going.
Oh, he's just being a lazy little fucker right
I'm so effing
Well,
tired.
If anybody's earned it, it's Jose, though.
Yeah, he really has.
I mean, I told people already, Jose, that if we were going to other cons, that we would announce it so that people could see us and say hi and blah blah blah. So
And I can pretend to be someone who works for Turner again.
asshole. So yeah, I mean, if we do have other cons, we will let you know. But as for now, it's just Toricon, and probably more than likely it'll be Boston too.
Very likely, but it'll be just me.
Yes, it'll just be Jim. So if you see a guy walking around in a Toonami Faithful podcast shirt, say hi.
and a flat cap because I'm going to be wearing the same hat every time now, the blue Kangol hat.
By the way, Jim, you are on assignment there while you're there. You need to
Yes, I am.
get business cards so that we can call guests.
Exactly. I might need new business cards now because I actually have a job title.
I'll make you something.
Okay.
I'm not gonna. I'll make you something. Don't worry about it. We'll talk about that off the podcast. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, I can only hope that I'm press at Anime Boston, and so far, AB as usual has some incredible guests. They got Kari Walgren and Stephanie Shea. Also, I believe. Actually, give me a quick second, and I'll go to Anime Boston's website.
Speaking of business cards, I ran out of business cards at MomoCon. I was so sad.
I had no business cards.
I gave them all away.
Jose, do you want a Toonami one? A ToonamiFaithful.com one or a geeky one?
No.
No? Okay.
Sorry.
I do.
I have my own business cards, and I use them for different purposes. So.
Well, no. I understand that. I'm just asking if you wanted one just in case, like, we were doing something geeky or Toonami Faithful related.
So anyway, some of the guests for Anime Boston, getting back on track here. The voice acting guests are the Ayers brothers, Chris and Greg. They never miss Anime Boston. David Matranga, Kari
I really
Walgren.
want to see them together.
What's up?
I really want to see them together and talk nothing but Gantz with them.
That would be awesome. I will be sure to do that if I do get press and I can get them. But none of this will be on camera, actually. It will all be audio only. So, because I don't have any camera equipment. Anyway.
I won't be recording TorCon 2 for the record, just so you guys know.
Okay. So we got Chris. Yep. Okay, so we got the Ayers brothers, David Matranga, Kari Walgren, Stephanie Shea, and Lauren Landa of Skullgirls fame. One of the industry guests that will be there is Tom Wayland. He has been coming to Anime Boston for the better part of 10 years now. So yeah, he's one of the mainstays. He's always at Anime Boston. And for the musical guests, they have two so far. They got Orija of Ghost in the Shell fame, and also Raj Ramaya, who sang the opening to Cowboy Bebop, the movie Ask DNA.
And don't forget about he did that little soundtrack, what it was for Strangers for Wolf's Rain also, man, which is awesome.
I believe that was Steve Conti, actually.
That's
No,
Raj Ramaya.
that's not. Strangers is not Steve Conte.
No, it's on Raj Ramaya for Wolf's Rain.
Okay. Oh, Strangers. Oh, sorry. I
Yeah.
totally mixed it up. I thought it was the person who actually sang it, but
Yeah,
no.
Stray is Steve Conte.
Steve Conti.
Yeah.
But yes, either way, Raj Ramaya, he's going to be there. He's as a musical guest along with Orija. A lot of
Isn't
folks.
it I'm sorry. I'm just gonna maybe incorrectly correct your pronunciation. Isn't it pronounced Origa?
Yeah, it's Origa.
Origa? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't. I honestly did not.
Don't
look
speak
into
Russian.
Origa.
She's Russian.
Origa, yes, Origa will be at Anime Boston as a musical guest. Possibly the biggest. Although Anime Boston has some great musical guests every year. I remember in 2008 they got the Pillows and I saw them live, and that made LineCon 08 all worth it.
You bastard.
That's another story.
Yes.
But anyway, yeah, that's me. I can only hope that I get press for Anime Boston. I'll be working on press for Otakon. If I can get press for Otakon, well, like Jose is fond of saying, you ain't seen nothing yet. So
I want to go to Anime Expo.
I do too.
Can't afford it.
please, just once, just this once.
Maybe we just need
You
to
know what?
save
I'll
them.
go and I'm gonna stay at Richard's house.
That would be interesting.
That would be awesome, actually. That would be a lot of
Have
fun.
Mrs. Epcar making breakfast every morning.
That'd be so much fun.
Yeah,
She's so nice.
she sounds like a wonderful person.
Oh,
She
she's
sounds
so
like
nice.
Peach.
I don't know if you guys. We usually don't talk about what happens after the show, but hopefully you guys listened to the episode that Richard was on. She actually popped in, and we put it at the end of the episode as a blooper. She's just so nice. If you've never met her, she's the sweetest person in the world, and we hope to have her on the show one day.
Yes, we hope to have like every voiceover person ever.
And by the way, yes, for the record, we will have some female guests on. Okay,
Can't say anything yet.
I've heard you guys loud and clear. You want some female guests on? Yes, we will have some. Don't worry.
So shut the fuck up. It's gonna happen.
How do you think we feel? I mean, like the voice actresses, the female voice actors, are almost as popular as the male ones. So,
Yep.
So I mean,
So they're just as busy. So don't
yeah, exactly.
blame me. Don't blame Jose. Don't blame anybody. They're busy. When we catch up with one of them, we will put them on the show.
And technically, Ellen Stern has been on the show, so take that.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you listen to the stinger at the end.
Yeah, she's technically been on the show.
Damn
All
right.
right.
So quit bitching.
Last thing I want to say before we get out of here. If you guys want one of our shirts, because it seems like there has been a little bit peak of interest in our shirts. If you want to get a Toonami Faithful podcast shirt, it's simple. Just go to toonamifaithful.bandcamp.com. The shirts are set for $15. If you want to pay more, you're more than welcome to. If you want to get the CD that's there as well, it's $6. So get that too. And also the single, the remix, I should say, not the single. The remix of Nerdcore Absolution with Steve Bloom in it. Yes, Steve Bloom did a Nerdcore song. That's right. Is there too. That's $1, but it's strictly donation. So if you buy the track, it will go to it will actually go to the New York State Fund, but it probably will actually go. It'll probably end up starting to go to help Steve's friend there too as well.
Jerry Gelb.
Yeah, so don't be surprised if you see me put up a message about that as well. So
Yeah, but again, about Jerry Gelb, every little bit counts, and this is a very expensive surgery, but this is also potentially life-saving for him.
Yes.
So be sure to, be sure to donate. Every little bit helps. Steve will continually tweet that out. He tweets it out, posts it on Facebook, everything.
Right. All right,
And
Jim,
that URL, by the way, one more time, it's tinyurl /JERRYGLGELB. Thank you. Sorry, just needed to get that out there one more time.
Hooked on phonics, teach me good. You feel English that impossible.
That's impossible.
God. All right. Where can they find you, John, on Twitter? Jim.
Who's John?
I don't know who this John person is.
John is. I'm so tired, dude. It's not even funny.
John is my uncle in New Jersey.
Yes.
Okay, you guys can find me at 0alucard27. That also happens to be my Xbox Live gamer tag. So if you guys want to come on and play some Far Cry or even some Tomb Raider, because I just picked up Tomb Raider this week, feel free to come join me. No, it's not worth mentioning my Tumblr. I'm never on it.
I have Halo 4 now.
Yes, because of me.
Yep.
Darrell, where can they find you?
You can find me at ukami_samurai7 at twitter.com, or you can email me the hate mail that you send to Jose at Darrell Maddox at toonamifaithful.com.
I should leave the stuff you say that is really offensive in the show, and then you will actually get hate mail. One day I'm going to do it.
Okay.
Jose?
You can find me at a bunch of different places, but you might want to start with Twitter. You can find me on Twitter at JEARGUMEDO, and you can also email me at JEARGUMEDO@toonamifaithful.com. You can tumble with me if you like tumbling, because I sure do, at JEARGUMEDO.tumblr.com. Yeah, you're noticing a pattern, aren't you?
Argumedo was his name. Oh.
That would be my name, yes. And don't ask me what the E stands for, because I won't tell you. And I don't give a crap if you do ask.
Ernesto.
No. Close. Actually, that was really close. But it's not it.
That was just a wild guess. I was trying to be as offensive as possible with that one.
Oh, don't worry. I got the, hey, you're Hispanic? Really?
Yes,
you don't have any.
Spanish.
You don't have any accent, and you look white. Good job. Good job.
Trust me, he speaks Spanish, guys.
Puedo hablar español, sí.
I can bear witness. To
Malísimo, pero lo puedo hablar. Exactly.
That was so sexy.
Do it again.
No. I think I expelled all my Spanish. That was all of it.
All right.
See, Jose is El Salvadorian.
Yes, that is correct. So, Paul, your turn.
Yes. You can find me at Toonami News. We are, at last count, we were at 2,994 followers, which is awesome. So thank you to everybody for following us. You can also find me on my personal account at Paul Pescrillo, which I should be making unprivate soon, but I haven't decided when. So you could follow me there. And on the website, as people are learning that I do actually come on the website, my username is tfadmin, so make sure you follow me there as well. So I think that's it, guys. We got some good things planned in the future. And as we always say, and we mean it, you haven't seen anything yet.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
Deuces!
We're out.
Yes.
I feel like he said deuces early that time. Everybody, welcome to a new segment. It's still not Stories from Japan. That's right, we're still not doing that.
Stories from Japan. Stories from Japan has been canceled.
Not yet. Not yet. Very close. Very close. Very close to canceling
So
that.
mean. You're so mean.
I know. People are begging for it, but not
You're
yet, guys.
so mean. You probably think this segment's about you.
Don't you? I don't know.
Shut up, 98 Degrees.
None of those artists match at all. But anyways,
I was going Rick James, bitch.
so we're doing a
James, bitch.
we're doing a what we're watching segment. Because Jim has been watching something and I've been watching something, and if you guys want to chime in on what you've been watching, feel free.
Talkback.
But yeah, say it on the talkback as well. Yeah, if you guys like this segment. So Jim, I'll let you go first on this one.
Okay, so at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, or MIT, in Cambridge, they have a project going called Cool Japan, and let me see, what was it? Thursday? Yeah, it was Thursday night. I started off my weekend very, very nicely because there was a new book that that Professor Ian Condry had put out called The Soul of Anime. I don't know when it'll be available because I didn't see that thing, but the real reason why myself and my sister were there was because of Mamoru Hosoda's new movie called Wolf Children. And that movie was, well, in a word, it was fantastic. Now, for those of you who aren't in the know, Mamoru Hosoda created such gems as The Girl Who Leapt Through Time, Summer Wars, and now this. He also worked on Digimon Our War Game, which the art style directly influenced Summer Wars, but that's a different story. Hosoda himself was actually on hand to watch the movie with us, and the movie is about this girl named Hana, who in college meets this strange guy and immediately falls in love with him. Little does she finds out very soon that that the guy that she falls in love with is actually a wolfman, not the werewolf kind of wolfman. You'll see it's much more easily shown in the film. Kind of hard for me to explain it, but they eventually have kids, two of them, Ame and Yuki. Yuki's the boisterous one, Ame's the shy one, and stuff like that. But they end up evolving over the course of the film, and eventually they end up after the. Well, actually, I don't know if I should go any further because that would be spoiling stuff, and I want to keep spoilers to a minimum. But needless to say, it keeps up the tradition of Hosoda's incredible quality of animation. The story is great, the music's great, the aesthetics are great. And it also just has a very nice, it also has great themes of, family and stuff like that, which also permeated Summer Wars quite a bit. It was, needless to say, when Funimation does release it, because Funimation did licensed the movie.
I was about to ask you who had the license.
Yes, Funimation did license it, and when that comes out, Funimation can count on my sale, because this was a great movie, and I'm a very anything Hosoda does seems to turn into gold, and there's a reason why some people are calling him the next Miyazaki. I think that's a little bit hasty
and presumptuous.
But, yeah, it's a little presumptuous, but I will say that of the 3 movies that I have seen from Hosoda, Girl Who Leapt Through Time, Summer Wars, and Wolf Children, they're all very, very close. And although I think I still like Summer Wars the best, because that one is just like the most bombastic and just out and out fun. Whereas this is a much more slower moving piece. I mean, it's basically unlike the other few films that Hosoda has done.
You know, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was pretty much done. But yes, when it comes out, definitely give it a buy. It's just a really good movie. It will leave you in tears in parts, because it did with me. But at the same time, it's a hey,
Go on.
The ending to Girl Who Leapt Through Time. I rest my case.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that movie. That was actually a
great ending.
Incredible ending. But yes,
the thing I want to say about the next Miyazaki thing is that, man, that term next Miyazaki keeps getting thrown around a lot. Like
I haven't seen anybody that can step up to the quality that Miyazaki puts out.
I really don't like that term, though, because
I don't either.
People have been using it to describe Makoto Shinkai, who did Voices of a Distant Star, Place Promised, 5 centimeters per second.
Which 5 centimeters per second was incredible. But.
Yes, but I'm like, those movies are so not the kind of movies Miyazaki would ever make.
They're more adult than Miyazaki would go for, I think.
Yeah. Miyazaki,
because like they actually they delve with like interpersonal relationships and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Hosoda is more of a children's kind of director, I think. But to say that, but people throw out, the next Miyazaki title more than they throw out the next Gretzky with hockey players.
Yeah.
The great one.
It's like Shinoshita Want to Be is going to be the next Miyazaki, and like the dude has done TV, has never freaking done too many movies.
Exactly. As far as I know, he's only done one.
He's done Bebop, and that's it.
Yeah.
Macross Plus movie version doesn't count.
No, it doesn't, because that was a 4-episode OVA.
Well, yeah, it was a 4-episode OVA turned into a movie. Doesn't count.
Yeah. That's like calling Hideaki Anno a movie director because of Gunbuster, the movie.
Oh, man, that's like... Anyways, but I hate that term being thrown around so much. I understand where it actually is supposed to mean, like, hey, a director who has the respectability to maybe win an Oscar. But I'm like, I wish we wouldn't have to resort to, this is the next guy who's going to be like this dude. Especially since Miyazaki really hates everybody. And Miyazaki's looking out for number one.
Except John Lasseter.
No. I really don't think he even likes John Lasseter. I'm pretty sure he's just like, oh, yep, John Lasseter's a dude.
I tolerate it. He tolerates John Lasseter.
I'm pretty sure John Lasseter loves him, though, to death.
He does.
John Lasseter probably has a hug pillow of Miyazaki. Somewhere in his Pixar office.
Yeah. But I don't like that. I don't like it either. I think Hosoda is his own director. Yeah, I really do.
So what I've been watching lately, and if you've been following me on Twitter, you know what I'm watching, and I've been trying to tell people like it's awesome. It's a shame you can't. It's a shame you can't watch it because it's fucking expensive as all hell. It's Gundam Unicorn. I've gotten up to volume 3 because that is all my budget can afford. And oh my god, this may be the best Gundam ever. This for those of you that don't know, Gundam Unicorn is the first Gundam to take place in the Universal Century in about 10-20 years or something like that. Like, it's been a while.
I think the last one that they did, was it Victory Gundam?
It was either Victory Gundam or 8th MS Team, which one of those two.
But Victory Gundam, I think, was like 1993 or something like that.
Then it was 8th MS Team because that was like 96.
Okay, let me check.
So it's been a while since we've come to the Universal Century, and we're coming back to it in full force, This is dealing directly with the events of, like, Zeta Gundam, Mobile Suit Gundam, and the series of that ilk. But at the same time, you really don't need to know anything about the Universal Century before getting into Gundam Unicorn.
Yeah, doesn't it take place chronologically before 0079? Or?
No, way after.
Oh, okay.
It takes place in 0096.
Oh, okay.
And so it takes
before
place.
Zeta.
It takes place after Double Zeta. It takes place before F91, and before G Savior. For those of you that remember that shit.
Yeah, I remember that.
But anyways, Gundam Unicorn, nothing like G Savior. Really amazing show. The animation quality is theatrical quality. Like, you can put this in theaters and it'll hold up. It is the best looking Gundam I've ever seen. Because Gundam isn't really known for its animation prowess, and this blows everything out of the water. And it makes me feel not too bad about paying for these Blu-rays, because damn, do they look good.
But you're a Blu-ray whore anyway.
I'm a Blu-ray whore anyways, but man, I love it when Blu-rays are done right, and this Blu-ray is done right. It's just a shame about the price.
All right.
Giggity.
But anyways, Gundam Unicorn is about after the 1 Year War and a bunch of Neo-Zeon conflicts, and this takes place after Char's counterattack and everything. Benager Lynx is a student in the future of the Universal Century, and he discovers that he is a part of the Vist Foundation in a very secretive way, and they have to find this thing called Laplace's box, which we don't know what it is, we don't know what it does, we don't know, but it can apparently destroy the Earth Federation in one blow, and the Vist Foundation was trying to sell it or give it to remnants of Neo-Zeon to upset balance, I guess. And Benager has stumbled upon Unicorn Gundam, and he is the only one who can pilot it. It is biometrically locked to his signature, so he's the only one who can pilot it. And he is now forced to go to war and, take on friend and foe. He has friends on the Neo-Zeon side. He has friends on the Earth Federation side. He has people he wants to protect on both sides, so he's constantly conflicted. The pacing is dead on. The animation is stunningly beautiful. The dub I have to give special mention to, because it's being directed and written by Michael Sarah-Nicholas. Thank you. That guy. And he's a huge Gundam fan, and you can tell because the care that has been put into the script and the performances is just amazing.
He's Benager, right?
He's not Benager, no. That's Steve Cannon.
Oh, okay.
He plays someone else. He plays, I think, Reddy, who's a very important character.
Reddy, or is it Full Frontal?
No, he doesn't play Full Frontal.
Okay. yes, we all know what we're thinking when you say
it's another two. Oh, Tomino. There's a guy named Full Frontal, and he's supposed to be the second coming of Shah Aznable. And that's right, I said Shah Aznable, not Shar. Even though Sunrise says it's Shar.
Shard.
Well, funny story about the pronunciation of Shah, or Shar. Because I was in Japan, and I was in Gundam Front Tokyo. And I was like, oh, dude, that's Char's mask. Guy had no idea what I was saying. Because I was saying this in Japanese, but my pronunciation of Char was wrong.
Oh.
Apparently in Japanese, it's pronounced Sha.
Well, they don't say, they pronounce R's like L's and L's like R's.
Well, apparently, I don't know what the pronunciation is or how it's spelled, but when Sunrise went ahead and translated it, they added the R. Like, the R is apparently not supposed to be there, and they added it themselves. And they're like, no, the R has to be in the name, and it confused the fuck out of everybody, and now everybody pronounces it in America, Char.
America! Yeah!
Again, well, actually, this wasn't even America's fault. This was Japan's fault, so. Yeah. Damn you, Japan, for making us pronounce words wrong on purpose. It's really weird.
Quick aside, yes, you are correct, Jose. Mobile Suit Gundam, the 8th MS team, was 1996.
Yeah, so it's been a while since we've done
almost 20 years. Regardless, it's been almost 20 years.
So, it's obviously been fun. It's weird coming back to Universal Century because we always have all these alternate universes. You have your After Colony 195, you have your Century Era 73, You have all these different centuries, and then to come back to Universal Century and have it be fresh and new and fun is really a huge accomplishment. It's a shame about the price tag on the show because, yes, the episodes are like $45 each for one Blu-ray, and you get one episode.
60.
Try 60. I mean, unless you go to Right Stuff. If you go to Right Stuff, it's 45.
Which you should all be going to Right Stuff.
Go to Right Stuff. Buy the show from
Go to Right Stuff.
And it's so worth it. It's so much fun. I can't wait till the show's over, and unfortunately I won't see the ending until next year. Because it doesn't come out until next year. But by the way, the show is being simultaneously, for those of you that don't know, the show is being simultaneously released in the United States and Japan at the same time. We are literally getting the same Blu-ray as Japan. They're making the dub at the same time as Japan, so that's why we have these Blu-rays being so goddamn expensive.
But at the same time, it is also quite awesome. They announced that at Otakon, because I remember catching the tail end of the Gundam Unicorn screening before the Steins Gate screening last year.
Yeah.
And everybody was going nuts for that. And as were the guys, Tetsuya Kakihara and Mike Sinner-Nicholas were on stage together, and it was wonderful.
Oh, dude, the Gundam Unicorn project it might be the best Gundam. It might really be the best Gundam ever.
Easily one of the most ambitious.
Yes, easily the most ambitious, and just really good, man. Like it's one of the best Gundam scripts I've seen in a long time. I haven't seen writing this good since probably Seed, honestly. You know, I haven't seen writing this good since Seed. Please don't talk about Seed Destiny. I really don't give a shit about Seed Destiny anymore.
Don't get me started on that.
They are rerunning it this spring season, though.
That's right. It's coming back. Seed Destiny is coming back in HD. Yay!
Yeah.
So I finally get to watch it. I'm not going to pay for it, but I finally get to watch it.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised if Crunchyroll picks it up.
No, it's not Crunchyroll. Gundam Info. Gundam.info, which is the official Gundam YouTube channel, is going to be streaming it in a subtitle in a bunch of different languages. You can actually watch all of the HD remaster of the original Seed on YouTube. It's not in HD, though, oddly.
That's okay.
It's free,
I still need to watch it, though. Because I've only seen like 2 episodes of Gundam Seed, and I don't want to pay for the DVDs.
Yeah, go watch it on Gundam Info. It's a really good show. I like it. A lot of people disagree, but I think most people disagree with me because of Destiny, which is a real shame that people can't separate the two shows.
Yeah, so that's what we've been watching.
Darrell, Paul, anybody want to add?
No.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna make it real quick though. I've been watching something called Amagami, which is basically a seinen type romance anime, Japanese subtitles. Pretty much it. Based on this guy named Junichi, gets his heart broke like 2 years ago, and basically centers around him like 6 different scenarios where he gets to date 6 different girls, and like each outcome is different, and that's the end of that. I'll talk about it another time, but that's what I've been watching.
That actually sounds like an interesting show.
It actually is, based on the fact that I can kind of relate to it, man, because being a serial dater, man, at one point in my life, it was so many possibilities with so many different women. So
School days ending.
Yes, sir.
Which I introduced these guys to.
You for showing me that, because now I can't get that ending out of my head.
It's so glorious, though.
It is glorious.
Actually, for next week, if I am on the show, I did order just before we started the podcast. I did order Revolutionary Girl Utena, the first 13 episodes. This was Right Stuff's release. So I'm hoping that this show doesn't skull fuck me to death, but
good luck. Nothing but metaphors.
Yeah, that's symbolism, But that's pretty much what Utena is, from what I understand. But I'll go in with an open mind, just because apparently it's a deconstruction of the shoujo genre, pretty much the same way that Madoka Magica deconstructed the magical girl genre. Well, maybe not the exact same way.
Yeah,
in
probably
terms
not
of,
the exact same way.
Not the exact same way, but you know how. But every genre of anime just about has its massive deconstruction. For magical girls, it was Madoka Magica. For shoujo, it was
Madoka Magica for Toonami.
Yes, please, Madoka Magica on Toonami. I cannot stress that enough. For and for shoujo anime, it was apparently Revolutionary Girl Utena. I can't
giant
pronounce
robots,
that.
it was Evangelion.
Yes,
Up to a
Evangelion.
point.
Although you could say that it was a further deconstruction from Gundam, because up until Gundam came out, everything was a super robot show.
Yeah.
Gundam was the first real robot show.
Yes, it was.
And then they totally forgot about that and released G Gundam.
Which is
you
still
better
awesome,
shut up
though.
about G Gundam.
I didn't say anything bad. I just said they totally forgot about that.
G
I know,
Gundam
I
is
just wanna
awesome.
take
I
it,
love it.
Jose.
Yes, I love you, Jim.
I love G Gundam. It's so awesome. I need to get part 2 now.
Yes, you
Do you want it? I have it.
Sure.
It's sitting in
How
my
much?
house and I don't want it.
Sure.
I'll see what I
How
can
much?
do.
Jose needs to do something first before he gives you that.
I don't even have the first one, and probably all the footage I need is going to come from the first one.
Yeah, I have the first one. So yeah, but I still need part 2 for G Gundam to complete the set, and so I don't have any interruptions or anything like that.
And you fucker, you bought my Zeta Gundam. I'm so pissed at you.
Well, I would
If I
say
find
Jim
another one,
really
I'll tag
saved
it.
me, though.
What's up?
You saved me, dude, because I was going to buy Katana Gatari, and it's better for me to buy it cheaper.
Yeah, I mean, it's a wonderful, wonderful series. I love Katana Gatari, but at the same time, it's just like, why do I have to pay $70 for this? Yeah.
By the way, what was the... I'm sorry, Darrell. What was the show you were watching again?
It's called Amagami. I've
Amagami,
seen the
okay.
link. Yeah.
Who licensed it? Who?
It's licensed by Sentai.
Oh.
It's
Is
only
it?
in sub. It's sub only.
Oh, okay. Dodged a bullet there.
No, it's sub only, but the thing is, it is so good to me. I don't know if you're gonna like it, but it's something that I can relate to. So that's the reason
I'll
why.
probably check it out. Why not? I got time.
Oh, and kids dive for the bomb shelters because it's looking about 90% likely that Stephen Foster got the Kids on the Slope dub.
Really, really kind of sad about that. I'm hoping he shows
Yeah.
restraint. He needs to show restraint on that one.
Here's hoping that Marduk Scramble taught him a couple things,
Yeah.
Although
then again, they're not all Marduk Scramble.
But then again, Marduk Scramble has a character called Well Done the Pussy Hand. So,
Dude, one of the
yeah.
dude, one of the main characters is named Offcock.
Yes. That probably was enough for him. He's like, okay, I can be mature with the dub as long as people are saying, "Oh, cock."
Yeah, dude, all the characters have stupid names on that show.
Room Below,
The dude with the
that's the main character, voiced by Hilary Haig, though. Good to see her getting work again too.
yeah. What was the other? I need to see Second Combustion or Compression. Second Combustion. That's what it's called.
Yeah, Second Combustion. First Compression, Second Combustion, Third Exhaust is the way it's going to go. But I guess we'll add this to the thing. If you haven't seen Marduk Scramble, you must, and see the director's cut.
Yeah.
Because, but To Ukubata, he's looking like a rising star in this.
He's writing the new Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah, that's what gets me. That's what makes me excited about it, because I mean, if the new Ghost in the Shell Arise turns out as well as Marduk Scramble has so far, then it will be freaking legendary. Because the first Marduk Scramble was so good.
Yeah, I need to see Second Compression very badly.
Yeah.
Or Second Combustion. God damn it.
Yeah, Second Combustion. Yeah, Marduk Scramble too.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, thank you. Let me see. Oh, to answer your questions, there are other here are the other characters. There's Dimsdale Boiled. Dimsdale.
There's also a dude with like giant titties all over his body.
Yeah, exactly.
He dies in the first movie, thank God.
Yes, he does.
I know that's a spoiler, but you. He dies in the first movie, okay?
Yeah. Let's see. There's Medium the Fingernail, Rare the Hair, and Flesh the Pike.
I got a pike, all right.
Yeah, but Chris Ayers does two of the voices, including Well Done. And let's just say that when Chris Ayers is allowed to be crazy, his performances are delicious.
So there's a bunch of anime you should go watch.
Yes, exactly.
And
we'll have more.
Probably none of them will air on Toonami.
Probably none, but that's why we want to talk.
I think we've mentioned one that has a possible chance of airing on Toonami.
Yeah, but what I would like to do, actually, if you'll let me talk about this on the podcast, you can cut this if you like. I've since I'm a premium member of Crunchyroll, that usually means that I give a lot of shows a try, on Crunchyroll and stuff like that. Watch a couple episodes and stuff like that. The spring season is quickly upcoming, so I'm hoping that there's something that strikes my fancy on Crunchyroll. Hopefully the new like Devil Survivor 2 anime or a couple others. But I'll have it. But yeah, if you guys will let me talk about it, yeah, I'll have my picks for the spring 2013 season. Who I think. Do I think it's good for Toonami? Do I think it could be licensed? Stuff like that.
Well, this isn't going to be a weekly segment. Let's just go ahead and get that out there now. Like J-pop picks and all those, these are not weekly segments. We're not always going to do them. But we like to hear your feedback, and let us know. And go watch Gundam Unicorn. It's really good.
And watch buy Wolf Children when that comes out, because it truly is a wonderful movie.
Yep.
Gosh, let us know.
All right.
Yes.
So we will see you guys later. Thank you all for all the love and support you've sent us. And
Thank you for the support. Yes.
Now I'm going to bed.
Almost there. Tom?
Yeah?
Other way.
Right.
You know what? Come with me. Go check it out. Hey, go check it out. Oh man, this thing's gotten a lot bigger.